Yes, guys, and welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV for yet another watch along here covering the Euros. Again, Ben and Sim are on holidays. I'm stepping in for the two games today. This one at 5 o'clock. Join me back for the France-Switzerland game at 8 o'clock. It's going to be another great watch along. Guys, make sure you do smash a like on the stream and subscribe on the channel if you're new. Let's welcome a few people into the stream. Let's see who we've got. We have me7. Been watching, waiting for the Tottenham update, but no one has posted a video today. Very strange. Yeah, just everyone's busy, man. That's all it is. Steve Westhead says that's because nobody knows, man. Mark Swift says Gary Lineker said 2 hours ago on Twitter that Nuno has turned down the Spurs job. Interesting. Steve Westhead says not sure if that's good news with Mason. Look, we'll wait and see. The Yig Kid, big up the Yig Kid. How you keep, my man? Who's saying Marios, Nuno rejects? Yeah. Terence Burt, views flash. Nuno has turned down Spurs job. Look, to be honest with you, I haven't seen it. Look, I've started the gym and everything else, started diet. Was in the gym there today and stuff like that, so I haven't seen it, but I will get onto it. Billy Price, speak yourself up, man. And Josh Checo says Mason going to play in the friendlies. And the Yig Kid says regular, no regular. Yeah, no, look, we will get into it. We're going to get through the starting lineups. Jack's going to take Croatia one. Jack is up for Croatia today. As much as I'm rooting for Croatia, and I think Modric is my favourite midfielder ever to grace the game, one of them, I do think Spain's going to win, so I'm going to be supporting Spain. So look, Jack, you take us through the Croatia team.
Absolutely, David. Look, we're going to be starting goalkeeper. It's Dominik Livakovic, who we might remember from that game, the goalkeeper for Dinamo Zagreb. We might remember him. Josip Juranovic, I believe he plays for Legia Warsaw in Poland. Domagoj Vida, I believe that's how you say his first name, the very, very famous Croatian center back, also played a long time in the Turkish league. Duje Caletakar plays for Marseille, supposedly, I think, on the move somewhere as well. Might even be on the way to Leipzig, I heard, but that's especially the case with Josip Gvardiol, their left back, who's kind of a bit more of a center back, but playing at the left back position. He's going to be playing for Leipzig next season. Luka Modric, the Don of the Itches, the Don of the Croatians. Luka Modric, obviously, is going to be kind of in that center mid role, maybe not holding it, but the holding midfielder will be Marcel Brozovic from Inter Milan, who's also probably going to be on the move this season, David. So that'll be interesting. Keep an eye out on him. Mateo Kovacic, who I absolutely love always, just one of my favorite carriers of the ball, just knows how to get between a couple of players without doing anything too fancy and can really carry the ball really well for Croatia. Love him. And then Nikola Vlasic from CSK Moscow, supposedly also might be rumored to be going somewhere this season or this summer window. Really classy player, good right-footed, likes a good outside-the-foot shot as well, David, so look out for that. Petkovic, obviously from Dinamo Zagreb, we might remember him. Big number 9. I don't actually rate too much, despite being an itch. I don't rate him actually too much, but he could pop up and do something. And then Ante Rebic, who I do actually rate very well, David, from AC Milan's had a great season and is a proven goal scorer.
Yeah, 100%. And so they're lining up a 4-3-3 today.
Yeah.
Vlasic, you said he has a very good right foot. Will we expect to see him on the left-hand side cutting in to unleash that right foot, or do you expect to see him playing down the right?
I think he's going to be playing down the right, David. I think maybe Ante Rebic, though, is he's played on the right-hand side, though, plenty of times as well for Croatia. You might be seeing maybe a bit of fluidity there where they might just switch at one point in the game if nothing is happening. But with Nikola Vlasic, I think he's fully capable on that right-hand wing because he can do an outside-the-foot shot and, or an outside-the-foot cross when needed, kind of like Gareth Bale does. But he also can just, take it to the byline, David, and, whip it in as well. He's more of a creator than he is a finisher, but he also does love a good long shot. But yeah, he's definitely more of a creator, and he's very good on the ball. We'll see how he plays, though, because it is a big step up for these kind of games, and they're doing their kind of classic 4-3-3. You might see them maybe sit back and be very defensive against Spain because Spain do have, I believe, the highest average possession of any team this tournament.
Yeah, 100%. And look, Jack, what's your score prediction for today's game?
It's got to be 1-0 to the Itches, David. I think it's going to be 1-0 to the Croatians. I think it's probably going to be the Don Luka Modric, maybe a 70th, 80th minute kind of rendition of what he did with that outside-the-foot shot against, Wales, I think. It was brilliant. Or no, I'm totally off. Against the Czech Republic. That outside-the-foot shot at the end of the game was absolutely brilliant. I'm seeing him doing that against the Spanish today, David. It's going to be 1-0.
Love it, love it. And everybody else, look, get your score predictions in. I will get more comments up now in a minute. So get your score predictions in the chat. I am going to go through the Spain team for you. Interested lining up as a 4-3-3 as well. We have Simon in goals. Azpilicueta right back with a centre-back partnership of Eric Garcia and Laporte. And Gaya at left back. We have Koke, Busquets, and Pedri forming the midfield three. Of course, Pedri, look, he's had a very good tournament. The young lad from Villarreal, I believe it is. You know, a very, very, very good player, very tidy player.
Oh, Pedri he's on Barcelona. He plays for Barcelona.
Oh, Barcelona. Sorry, Barcelona. Right. He's been very tidy in there. He's been very good on the ball. And yeah, look, I expect a big game out of him. Busquets, look, the old way he tried and tested. You know what I mean? Very good player in there. Koke, another good player. And just looking. It's going to be an interesting midfield battle, you know, because Croatia and Spain, they've similar midfields, very good midfields in there, very good technicians. And then the front three, out on the left wing, we have Sarabia. Out on the right wing, we have Ferran Torres. And up front, he's stuck with Alvaro Morata. Even though they've done a demolition job there the other day, you know, he didn't score, but they still stuck with him. So, look, it says a lot that he has faith in Morata. For me, I don't understand why they haven't played Gerard, the guy from Villarreal. Yeah. You know, he scored a couple of goals for them already this tournament, and he scored 30-odd for Villarreal. So a very interesting call there, big call. I don't understand why he's left out for me, but look, it's interesting to see how this game goes. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Let's welcome a few more people into the stream. Big up ATX7 Gaming, my man. I hope you're keeping well. We have Mikateo. He says the new director of football is a mess. Yeah. And follow us on Instagram, Caring and Sharing Group. Big up, big yourself up. Mark Swift, big yourself up, man. You're on charge of lights again today, lad. You're on charge of the lights. Big up, Dermot Miles. I hope you're keeping well, man. He says Spain.
I love it, Dermot.
Spain to win.
I love it.
Erato, 99. Morata isn't good enough. Croatia wins. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting call. Aaron, big yourself up, my man. He says, come on, the itches. And Philip Brady, come on, Croatia. Big yourself up, Philip Brady. Look, my score prediction, guys, I'm going to go 2-0 to Spain. No, I'm going to go 2-1 to Spain. Look, Croatia, they have looked a bit toothless this competition, to be honest with you, going forward. They haven't really created too much. Spain, look, as boring as they can be at times, they do score goals. You know, they have scored some goals. So, look, it's going to be a very interesting game. Yeah. Just looking at it, I do think Spain will probably have more legs. And I do think that'll probably be what carries them over the line. We also have Hussein Marlos, Spain to win on penalties. The kid is going 3-1 Croatia.
Whoa.
PC Spurs get a manager yet? No, we haven't got a manager, my man. We haven't got a manager. We have Mark Swift, hit that like button. Exactly, you tell him, my man. We have Ragav Mangalapali, says Croatia going to win easy. I'm loving the confidence here for Croatia today. Dermot Miles, Jack, have you given David money to spend yet?
maybe David and I we should have had a little wager maybe before this, and one of us should have owed something to each other, because maybe
we should have had a wager. We should have had a wager. Look, we'll have a friendly £5 wager, so we will on this. You know, we'll have a £5 friendly wager, lad. I'm going to go Spain. You take Croatia.
Spain, I'm backing the itches no matter what. Blindly back the itches. So whoever you want to side with today, you're siding with David. You know, he's siding with the Espanyol, with El Tri, or no, El Tri is for Mexico, but he's siding with the Spaniard, siding with La Roja. And if you want to side with him, go ahead. But yeah, I'm going to be siding with the itches today. We'll put a little £5 wager on it. Absolutely, David. Lovely.
100%. And anyone that wants to sync up, we have just kicked off. Literally just kicked off there. So anyone that wants to sync up, make sure you get in sync with us. Raglov Mangapali says Spain have been extremely underwhelming, though. Yeah, so have Croatia, though. So have Croatia.
Fair.
Philip Brady, anyone looking for a beer in Croatia for the next 2 hours is going to be thirsty, 100%. Look, my old lad done some traveling around Europe. He spent a bit of time in Croatia. He absolutely loves the country. And he says some great beer over there. Some very fond memories from his time there, interrailing across Europe back in the day. Cameron Parker, are you okay? We're all good, man. Of course, smiles on our face here, man. Watching Spain, Croatia, two big European heavyweights going at it. Two big European nations, you know what I mean? What's there not to smile about? I hope you're doing good, Carmen. Spurs, the best. The kid. Spurs, the best, says, had an English mock exam today for first of 9 time to relax and watch some footballers. 100%, man.
Big up.
Sit down, chill out, and enjoy the game. That's what I say to you. Croatia just passing the ball around here in the opening exchanges. Just keeping possession, which is what I expect Croatia to do. They don't want to be running around after the ball today, especially in that heat, Jack.
No. It's being played in Copenhagen. I bet there's a bit of that summer air breeze, though, coming in from the ocean and coming in from the Baltic Sea. But as well, though, David, at Copenhagen, it does seem to be bright and sunny there during this time of year. And I bet they also get plenty of sunlight as well. So it's probably roasting. It's probably the pitch actually doesn't even get too much of a break when you think about it with that much sunlight.
In here. Oh, sorry to cut you off there, Jack. It was a lovely ball over the top. I think it was for Rebic. And look, I have to give credit to Simon from Spain, the goalkeeper, who was off his line quick to snuff it out. But there's early warning signs from Croatia. They're looking to go at them with intent.
Yeah, they're playing very direct there, David.
So they are. No, geez, Croatia definitely giving Spain something to think about early on here. And, a very, very good positive play from Croatia, I have to say.
Oh, David,
the kid says...
I think you have it. The team in white is Spain, David.
Oh, is it?
The team in white is Spain. The team in the black.
Oh, I thought that was the
Croatia.
white and the red jersey. Sorry, my bad.
No,
problem,
I
can see it properly now. See, there's a shadow of the sun on my TV. You see.
No problem.
Have a skylight.
But yeah, the Croatia. I don't know how I would rate their black kit. It could be good.
Like it,
I think it could be a little better. I kind of like Germany's black kit a bit more. I think that's really sleek. But Spain's all white kit. I don't know. Maybe I like it more than their red and blue kit. What do you think, David?
Yeah, it's a nice jersey. To be fair, it's a nice kit.
I like the cut of it at the bottom.
See Spain in red. Prefer to see Spain in red. That's true. Spain colours that.
It's good to compare the Adidas and Nike. Yeah, especially the Adidas and Nike nations. It's good to compare.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. Who else have we got here? We have Yig Kid. He says more chances of Morata scores a hat trick than Spurs getting a manager. Yeah, this 100%, my man. Orange Fantasy says De Gea's career has fallen off a cliff. But yeah, 100%. Shagger says buy one get one free on the hats. Yeah, no, it wasn't, lad. Look, you can get one. You can get one. Just go on the internet. Buy one. Maybe we can buy one get two free, lad. Maybe you can get in on it. Aaron Dove says. Me old fella lives half the time in Spain. He's always mouthing off how much better Spanish football is than the Premier League. If the Itches win, I'll give him a ton of abuse. Exactly, Aaron. Exactly, lad. No, look, Croatia, I'm very fond of Croatia. They're a good footballing nation. They always have been, to be fair.
Yeah.
They always have been. I do have a soft spot for Croatia, especially, when we had Luka Modric and Chorluka at the club as well, Kranjčar. Very, very, very good technicians on the ball, very good players for Tottenham Hotspur, especially Luka Modric. And we all know how Redknapp love Nico. You know what I mean? Big Nico. The guy, one of a left foot on him. He was absolutely brilliant. MRFR says getting relegated might be a good thing because we might win the Championship League. Oh, wait, we probably won't win that. No, look, if we do get relegated, it's because Levy wants to go into the most expensive game in football, the promotion playoff. No, but look, honestly, I don't ever want to see our club get relegated, man. I'll be honest with you. For me, I love the club too much. I couldn't care less. I'll say it now. I'd rather keep Levy and stay in the Premier League if someone gave me that choice. I really would. I'd never, ever want to see Tottenham Hotspur get relegated, but man, ever. That hurt way too much. Yeah, we are. Eric Hudson, we are Spurs fans, man. From Aldi Leonardo. Leandro says the Real Madrid jersey is 100.
Just an honor of the Don Modric. Just an honor of the Don Modric. I would pull out the very historic Jovetic jersey, but he's obviously the Montenegrin Messi, and I wouldn't want to draw any attention away from the Croatians today, David.
Oh, Spain with the ball in. Spain with a chance. Oh, he just couldn't get his foot around it. Unlucky. With the head down by Morata was just behind. Who was that? It was just behind. I think it was Ferran. Just behind him. He just couldn't wrap his foot around it. Unlucky. And what's the referee looking at? Oh, Croatia player down on the ground here, holding his head. So we're just stopping for a head injury. Yid Kid, he says he got one of the hats. Big up, Yid Kid. Absolutely love it, my man. Hussein Marlos says would take Mason for another year. Look, it's the best of a bad bunch, isn't it? Really, well, not even the best of a bad bunch, but at least he cares about the club at the end of the day. Abdul Kareem says, "Where's the timer?" We don't have a timer, but look, I am on 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Philip Brady says, Charuk is part of the Croatia backroom team. Absolutely love it. That's brilliant. Just, Philip, you have some football knowledge you do, man. You must have nothing better to be doing than checking up on all these things. Big up, Philip. Absolute gentleman. Absolute gentleman.
Yeah, it was Koke with that chance earlier, David. He just couldn't. Maybe he's not flexible enough in the beginning of the game to maybe wrap his foot around it. He doesn't have maybe the long legs of, Pogba or maybe Harry, to do it. But yeah, Koke, I love Koke, but yeah, it didn't seem like maybe he had maybe the length to be able to wrap his foot around that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Busquets. Back to Gea. It's a very slow-paced game, isn't it, the opening few minutes, Jack? Very slow. Slow walking pace.
No, they're so technical, both these teams, David. They probably, maybe in certain moments they might pick their moments right to press and, maybe try to get the ball in a dangerous situation off the other team. But these teams are so used to, kind of, I don't know, how do you say, almost kind of like fall asleep kind of, possession. It's, I guess who was it earlier? I think it was Aaron, right? Someone that he knows in Spain who, really backs, La Liga. That's the league, where Harry Winks would supposedly, blossom, David, where Harry Winks would find plenty of time, sideways passes galore, hospital passes to the keeper, whenever you like. It's the best it's the best league in the world for Winks. That's all I'll say. Maybe a slight dig at the Spanish I'll take right now.
No, 100%. Aaron Dove says he has one of the hats as well. Big yourself up. Eric Hudson says, I hope we can beat Man City. Look, first game of the season, what I will say to you is, with Man City, they don't usually get going until maybe, October. And that's when they usually come into form. So, look, there's a chance we can beat City first game of the season. I'm going to say it here now. There is a chance we can beat City first game of the season. There's always a chance.
Why not?
With some of their players going late into the Euros, there's always a chance, man. There's always a chance, Eric. Hold on to the optimism.
Why not? David?
Sebastian SF says, would you guys take back, I presume he meant Mason. Look, Jack, I'll let you answer that first.
Would I take back Ryan Mason? To be honest, David, I think he is my very, very last choice of the last choices. I would rather hire myself. I'd rather hire David Harrich. I'd rather hire anyone ahead of them, to be honest, David. Like with Ryan Mason, I just feel like there's just too much of a maybe a conflicting, appeal to the club. He would be too much of a yes man than even the biggest of yes mans. I just feel like we would go nowhere. There'd be no development. I don't see what he would provide, David, that other managers theoretically couldn't.
Yeah, look, with Mason, if it is Mason, I'll be honest with you, I'm going to be absolutely raging at Daniel Levy. Absolutely raging. Not at Mason. Look, Mason's put in charge. I suppose, look, we have to get behind him for the season. But is he the right man for the job? I personally don't think so, not for a whole season. And, look, I'd be absolutely raging at Levy, and I think that's where our angle would have to go, because we've gone in such a circus. If it was just going to be Mason in the first place, just pay him. And the reason why he didn't is because he's saving the manager wages over the summer, and plus, he doesn't have to go and sign transfers. So I'd be absolutely raging with Levy if that is the case, to be honest with you. Yeah. Fernaldi says, David, is your hat the same hat with Pinky Blinders hat? Yeah, it is, man. 100% it is.
Got the blades underneath.
By order of the Don Hotspur here himself, Fernaldi, big up Carmen as well. Luke Tracy says, David, you watching on RTA? Of course, man. Good old classic Irish channels, the RTA. Of course I'm watching on RTA. What else would I be watching on, man? What else would I be watching on? Croatia trying to carve something out there going forward, and it ends out with coming back off the Croatia player and turning out to a Spain throw. Luka Modric, I love him. Look, anyone else I wouldn't let away having that sort of hair, but Luka Modric, of course you're going to let him away with it, because do you know what, with this guy, I was listening to Robbie Keane doing a podcast, and he was asked about Luka Modric, how good is he really? And Robbie Keane said when this guy came in, they were all laughing at him. They're like, this guy is going, like, just without seeing him play, they said this guy is going to be eaten alive in the Premier League. Like, he doesn't have the muscle or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And he says after the first training session they were in, they couldn't believe it. You know, they couldn't get near him, could not get near him. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they knew they had a player on their hands. They knew they had a player on their hands because, you know, they were saying, you know, he doesn't need to be physical because, you know, he's always 2-3 moves ahead of everybody else. You know, they couldn't get near him. Unbelievable. And look, you know, I rate him because even for a young lad, for me, just seeing him to be able to pick up a ball, play a pass over to the right-hand side, the left-hand side, off both feet, you know what I mean, like it's no tomorrow. And how good he was. To see a player that small, because with Arsenal, look, they were kind of going down that route of having the small players, but they were going up against the smaller teams and being out-muscled and stuff like that, you know. But with Modric, he was just, you just couldn't get near him, and just watching him, he done everything with such grace. His control was sick. He had a great shot on him. And for me, he was an idol. You know, and that's where I wanted to start picking up the ball because, you know, for me, I realised there's more to the game than just scoring goals, getting the assists. You know what I mean? It's about looking gracious on the pitch. Yeah, the guy's an absolute legend. He's an idol. Spainer in here. Alvaro Morata, who shoots it, and it was Sarabia with the shot. Poor effort there, really.
No, David, I think you're completely right on Luka. When it comes to, he's just the player that just by far every single time, if you're watching the game, he's usually just the best player on the pitch. That's all it is, just simple enough. He'll put in a game-saving tackle. He'll put in you know, the best pass in the game. That's, you know, just completely opens up the defense. He'll develop the play. He'll, you know, put in a last-minute goal when you need it. He'll put in the winning cross, you know, to the winning header from a corner. You know, he's just also a proven winner as well, David. That's the other thing. But I think he's just one of those players that just is always the best player on the pitch, no matter what. Because usually, you know, sometimes the striker we usually rate as the best player, but obviously, you know, the strikers, you know, they're usually not as defensively responsible. They're not as responsible for, you know, building up the play as well. That's what just makes somebody like Modric always the best player on the pitch for me.
And, you know, for him to win the Ballon d'Or as well, absolutely delighted for the guy because he's just an exceptional footballer.
He was the best player in the world that season. He was the best player in the world that season.
100%. Any kid that wants to watch, you know, what you need to be doing in midfield, especially if, you know, because I had it growing up. You know, I wasn't the tallest of players, and, you know, I had it growing up. You know, you need to be taller. I'm kind of like, oh, I can't just sprinkle Miracle Grow on me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But, like, you know, one thing I always had was I was always one step ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, you have to think
always
better.
One step ahead of everybody else, and that's Modric. I encourage anybody, any midfielder in the game, especially, you know, if you're a small man in there, look at what Luka Modric does and just adapt your game. He's an absolute pro. He's a pro. Sebastian SF said, Winks has to be good. He's just handsome, but that's it. He's not even handsome, to be honest with you. He's just a buffoon. That's all he is, man.
I think don't get distracted by the hair. Yeah, don't get distracted by the hair.
Yeah, the reason why he makes sure his hair's on point every week, and, you know, is because he makes up for the lack of footballing ability. Yeah. Hussein Marios, Reguilon deserves to be in the Spain team.
I think Angelino would be the one that I'd love to see. I think, or Angelino, that guy from Leipzig, David. He's just an absolute baller. He's that kind of bald, that bald Spanish winger with that beautiful arm sleeve of tattoos as well. Yeah. I just think he's a baller, David, and I would have loved to have seen him instead.
Yeah. Interesting game, Jack, this game. We're just approaching 15 minutes now. Anyone that's new that wants to sync up. But, you know, it's more Spain on the front foot, knocking it about, trying to create gaps. Croatia just seem happy and content to sit in.
I think they seem happy and content to sit in for now, David, and they do seem to want to, you know, in the right moments.
Oh, what a chance. Sorry to cut you off, Jack.
No, David,
every time you speak, man, there's a chance. Koke has missed a sitter. Koke, honestly, I'm going to start asking you more questions all the time, man, because every time I do, man, they get a chance. Great ball in, great run by Koke. Oh, I think he tried to put it through the keeper's legs. Honestly, all he had to do was go down to the keeper's. All he had to do was put it down the side of the keeper. He tried to be too clever. Honestly, he had the whole side of the goals gaping. Why did you just flat at home? Spanish player trying to be too clever. Koke.
Oh,
what a miss.
That's atrocious, David.
What was he doing, Jack?
David,
European Championships, man.
David, I mean, it looked like he was trying to do it just the right, simple way. He was just trying to side foot it, to the bottom corner. But I don't know. Sometimes it's just like with these players, you got to hit it harder. You got to think about it more.
I actually think he tried to be too clever and put it through the keeper's legs, Jack.
That's ridiculous. That would be ridiculous if he tried to do that. That's ridiculous. He had a gaping corner, David. He had a gaping corner. All he had to do was just it's like passing it into the net from there, David. You're practically passing it into the net. It's no different. If there's a defender right there, it's like having a defender right there. You try to pass it around him there. It's absurd. Yeah. That is absurd.
It's like Malin yesterday.
What you said, David, what you said is actually true. That is absurd that he would try that. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Look, maybe that's why Koke is a centre midfielder and not a striker, Jack, because he tries to be too clever. The striker would have just rolled that into the corner 1-0, gone off, got the celebrations, kissed the camera. You know what I mean? I'll be the hero today. Thank you very much.
Especially first time.
It's like Malin yesterday for Holland,
Yeah.
Dearly cost them. He done so well, used his pace. He looked like Mbappe the way he put the ball by the two defenders and sprinted onto it. All he had to do was just, side foot around the keeper. He tries to take the keeper on. The keeper picks up the ball, long ball up there. Schick. The lit hand balls it. Last man back gets sent off.
Yeah, it could be a similar situation where he tried to embarrass the keeper. If that's the case with Koke as well, like tried to embarrass the keeper for some strange reason when he didn't need to, and then practically gets embarrassed himself. And maybe like there's a bit of karma in football, David. I don't know. I kind of do believe in it. With moments like that, the football gods can sometimes, be look down on you and, maybe give you a bit of karma.
Do you think maybe Spain could regret could rue that mischance?
Maybe similar to what happened with the Dutch. Maybe, David.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? Like I wouldn't say a red card, but who knows? We might see, just some time where Croatia actually does take their chance. Yeah,
that's the thing. And, look, Croatia, they're not going to be stupid.
They're playing very direct when they get it.
They're going to block up spaces. They're not going to press Spain. They're just going to block up spaces. They're not going to waste their energy. And then when they do break, I expect them to break with pace. Yeah. You know what I mean? And really throw men forward. So, look, it could be interesting. But honestly, I'd be raging if I was a Spanish manager. The whole left-hand side of the goal gaping. And he tries to nutmeg the keeper. And he's 6 yards out. It's shocking. It's shocking.
Absurd.
Let's see what else we have here in the chat. Mark Swift says, hit that like. Exactly, but guys, listen to Mark Swift. You need to be hitting that like button. San, big yourself up. And he says, big up Jack and David, legends. Big yourself up, man. Siobhan Dowlat says they can get Ernest over Vardy. Look, I think we were already linked with him, man. I think we're already linked there. Aaron Dove, George Hamilton lives down the road from me in Leopardstown. He's a United fan. RTE sounds so much better than BBC. The B turns down the fan sounds. Yeah, I know. I've seen that. Modric is the best player I've seen live. He's world class. Exactly, Stan. World class. Philip Brady says Morata.
Just had a bad miss, kind of, David, maybe, where he tried to go for the far corner. They whipped it in. He tried to go for the far corner, and he just hit it off the Domagovida's hand or his arm, even though it had nothing to do with it. If they're going to check, no, there's no way this is a penalty. Yeah. So, they waved it off.
Croatia went up.
They just went one up?
Yeah, I didn't even see what happened here. I didn't see what happened here.
Morata just had a big miss, David. Morata just had a big miss, so I'm about to see it.
Well, we were speaking about, would Koke route to miss his massive chance? What's happened here?
I'm about to see it, David.
Jeez, he's gone from the halfway line.
Oh my God, David! It's an atrocious own goal, David. It's an atrocious own goal.
It's an atrocious
own goal.
Oh my God, what is going on here? That is shocking. Pass back from the halfway line to Simon. And he just completely takes his eyes off it. Simon says, don't control the ball, and he doesn't.
Oh, my God,
David. And it just goes straight into the bottom corner. Oh, my God, that is a shocking own goal. Oh, my God, that's going to be clipped for years to come at a European Championship. Pass back to him from halfway line, nobody around him.
Megs himself,
nobody
David.
Around him.
He's
done what the England keeper, who was it, Rob Green or Robinson?
Oh.
One of them, years ago. I can't believe what's going on. Croatia on the attack here now. Maybe they're trying to hunt this second goal.
Oh, my gosh. That's atrocious. What is David? Again, this is European Championship football, David. Like, you can't believe they're making money sometimes for these type of mistakes, David. You can't even believe it. I don't, you couldn't ask me to make some of these saves, but you certainly could ask me to have a better touch than that. I'll tell you that. 10 times out of 10.
That's shocking.
10 times out of 10. 10 times out of 10. That's absurd.
Oh, that is shocking.
Cheeky megs from some of the Croatian players there, I'll say. They're probably full of confidence. All the itches were talking to each other after it, communicating, giving maybe a new game plan, David. Maybe they're going, and maybe they might
They're just going to sit in.
They might sit in even more, break, still with a lot of dynamic kind of pace. But maybe they might not send as many players forward now as well. So they'll only maybe send so many players forward when they do break. Yeah, they'll just sit in here.
Well, Jack, we only said it yesterday, about Marlon, and how much he cost Netherlands. And at that level, you have to be ruthless. And I remember saying it to you at the time when I seen the chance. I says, they could root to miss this one. They did ultimately end up paying the price for it dearly. Could we see the same here from Croatia and Spain today? Because, look, Koke, again, massive chance, Jack. Massive chance. He tries to be too clever, try to put it through the keeper's leg rather than just roll it into the left-hand corner, 6 yards out. Morata missed the chance, and then, look, a pass back from the halfway line, and then just look, Simon, he just took his eye off the ball, completely took his eye off the ball, bobbled over him, and they paid the price for missing them chances. Seems to be a common theme here we're picking up, Jack, in these games. That these teams are, you at this level, especially in the knockout stages, you have to take your chances.
No, David, absolutely. Just like you even had asked me, it seemed like we were almost getting rid of the jinx, perhaps, David, because we were talking about, that there could be, we were talking about the karma. Even when you mention karma like that, you think that then it probably won't happen. And it still happened, David. It still happened. And you were asking, is this, going to be similar to the Donio Malin situation? And I had said, I don't see a red card or something ridiculous like that happening moments after. But it was even more atrocious, David, even more ridiculous. Something just, it seems like any huge sitter or missed opportunity that might be missed this tournament, there's going to be something coming around the corner.
No, 100%. Absolutely shocking. Aaron Doe says comedy gold. 100% it is. Shamu Van Spurs. I knew one of those was coming. I was due to miss it since the last one happened at the World Cup for Rebic.
Big up Shamu Vintage. Big up Shamu Vintage. Big it up. Big it up, Shamu. Shamu's absolutely excited. Shamu, he's also, it's kind of like me, David, where, he kind of thinks whenever he watches his team, he kind of jinxes them, a bit superstitious, kind of like I am. You start thinking, your team's not playing well when you're watching. So he's probably just absolutely delighted at the moment.
No, 100%.
Shamu's very superstitious. He's very superstitious with the itches.
Oh, Vlasic is true here. Oh, side netting, unlucky Vlasic, side netting, unlucky. He was looking for, I think it was Petkovic to give him an option to square it. He didn't. So he had to take the shot on. Good strength to hold up. He just hit the side net and unlucky. Unlucky. And Shamu, I hope to see you on the fan show tonight, my man. Hope you have plenty to talk about. Big up, Shamu. Arato99 says that's terrible. Yeah, 100%. It's absolutely shocking. What's the score, man? It's rolling along the bottom here. It's 1-0 Croatia. Simon with an own goal for Spain. And that's it. Elite Gamer X is telling them the score. Jerry McNeil says, I could hear the Berry Hill playing in the background for that one goal. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. Philip Brady nearly 2 there. Yeah, unlucky by Vlasic. Unlucky.
Kind of ridiculous. He had to tell Pekovic, the number 9, what to do there. It just seemed, like he was like, get across goal. I got 3 men on me. It's just kind of ridiculous. Pekovic was just walking there. Pretty absurd.
Shocking. Three massive moments in this half already. Chikomba. It was Simon, the goalkeeper for Spain. Poundland Hotspur says Morata is so poor. Yeah, he's being piss poor this competition in front of goal. Croatia on the attack here again. They have an overload down here, down the left-hand side. No, they don't anymore. Cut inside. He has a shot. Oh, Kovacic. That was unlucky. Gets the ball, a bit of an overload. Checks back in. Unleashes one. And just over the bar. Keeper lets it go. Smart keeping by Simon. Smart keeping as he would have given away the corner. That was unlucky. Aaron Dove, Modric is insanely good still. Yeah, he's unbelievable. Look, class is permanent. That's what they say, man. That's what they say.
Vlasic just
You're a
looked really
redhead
good.
lean. You and Jack are a better duo than Son and Kane. Now, look, that's a great company to be put in, man. But no, we're not better than Son and Kane. I can tell you that now, man. I can tell you that now.
No, they got better hair as well, David.
Says Spain needed Hugo's in goal. Yeah, look, 100% that. Samed is up for Spain, and elite gamer Murat is the worst attacker. Yeah, he can't score. He just cannot score a goal.
More compilations will be made. The Murata compilations of a sitters, David. If you ever need a good smile on your face, if you ever need a good laugh when you're feeling down, if you ever need a bit of self-confidence, just watch the Murata sitters compilation. I bet there's plenty more that will come after this tournament.
Oh, they're just showing this own goal here again, Jack. It's shocking. That's a pass you get 9 times out of 10 in train, or you get 10 times out of 10 in training. The ball comes to you and you control it. And for whatever reason, Spain manager just puts the water to his head to try and cool himself down. He's that steaming with what's after happened there. Steaming with Simon. Imagine that.
Brozovic even looks away there, David. Brozovic he's not even looking at the camera, and he just sees what happens, and it's incredible, David. It's actually maybe one of the, I forget what it's one of the worst I've ever seen, David. It really is.
It is. It's incredible scenes here. Incredible scenes.
Absolutely.
And Croatia
glorious.
now, interestingly enough, they're starting to get forward a bit more, and they're starting to look a bit more confident going forward here,
Oh, yeah, David. I think the moment they got that, it's kind of like a bit of insurance, right, David? Just get the bit of insurance so that, you can, be a bit more confident in the game plan, be a bit more confident in the tactics that you guys had set out for when going into the game. I think it just gives you a big breath of confidence.
No, it does. It does 100%.
And they're looking very direct, and I think Vlasic is putting himself in fantastic positions. He's looking really lively. I think Vlasic, again, David, he's looked fantastic.
Yeah, he has. He has, to be fair. Stan says Murat couldn't score in a brothel 100%, even if he was bollock naked, my man. Shamu Van Spurs says, Simon receiving that back pass was Spurs finding a new manager. Yeah, it seems like that, Shamu. It seems like that, man. Aaron Dove says, funniest goal I've seen since Gary Neville back past the ball Robinson. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Poundland Hotspur says, Modric is pure class. He is, man. He is. Who else have we got here? Mark Swift says, 100%, guys, make sure you smash that like button. That's what he's telling you to do. I'm getting itchy. Maybe it's the flat cap. Oh, big up, man. I hope you're sitting there in the flat cap watching this. I'd sub the keeper off at halftime, get the hay on. Look, the hay is not much better, Stan. The hay is not much better, So, no, I wouldn't be doing that. But Shamu Fan Spurs, it's not shocking. You love to see it, David. Spain keeper, too many cones. Woo! 100%, Shamu, 100%. I get it, man. Oh, that's brilliant. Big up, Shamu. You do crack me up, man. You do crack me up. And he's back in again. He says, it's the Shamu and Kanikic vibes. Are you Harwich for today, Dave?
No, he can't be Harwich for today. He wants to. He's it's more like a Hariso. He's probably like a David Hariso, Davide Hariso, Davide Harise. I'm not sure, David. What would be your Spanish name? You're not Harwich today. You can't be a Harwich today, unfortunately.
Harris Pilaqueta.
Harris Pilaqueta. I love it. I love that. I love it.
So I'm Harris Pilaqueta today. Shamu, look, I'll be honest with you. Secretly, I do want Croatia to win. But for the sake of the watch-along, I'm rooting for Spain. And the sake of a fiver, I'm rooting for Spain. Because if not, I have to go and get Jack a tub of Ben and Jerry's or a nice banana shake, whatever he wants, So that'll kill me, Shamu. That'll kill me. But look, I really do want Croatia to go through because, like I said, Modric, the guy was an inspiration to me growing up in midfield. He was unbelievable to see the way he took to the Premier League. He's an absolute monster. And Set Chikamba, what are your thoughts on Nuno turning down the Spurs offer?
Need to confirm it. I still haven't seen confirmed news of that. If that's supposedly the case, I feel like it's also Spurs turning down the offer. Maybe is it really Nuno turning it down, David?
I was speaking to someone earlier now, and they did say to me that it's nowhere near a done deal with Nuno, and they are looking at options as teams come out of the Euros looking at managers and stuff like that. And I did say, is Roberto Martinez 100% going to happen? And he said no. He says their options are still open. So who knows? Look, if this is true, it's shocking. The likes of Graham Potter, Nuno, none of them want to come to Tottenham. It's not good, is it?
No.
And it just makes you think we should have just paid Conte the money when we got into the negotiation table. You know what I mean? And look, it is what it is at this stage. I've resigned myself that the manager appointment, it's going to be underwhelming. It's not going to be a big name. I'll be very shocked if it is. And for me, yeah, I don't know, Look, it could be Joachim Löw either, the itchy, scratchy ball sniffer sort of guy. It could be him either. So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But look, it's just a circus at the minute. It is just a circus. It seems to be a trend. I wait a week, especially when I don't like the manager. And then I do a bit of content, and then the next day it comes out that he turns down Tottenham. Or we don't want them anymore. So, guys, anyone that doesn't want the manager in, just ask me to wait a week, do a stream, and then, I'll dispel the rumours.
Absolutely.
But
David, look, Wednesday, David, Wednesday, it's going to happen Wednesday, David. We just know it because every time we do the Kaniki Answer Me, I always have, a set of questions on a ton of different things ready. And then it's always about an hour or two before, Daniel Levy releases some little video, Spurs pull out of rumors, whatever it may be, it's almost a given at this point, David. So just wait till Wednesday, maybe around 6 o'clock your time, 7 o'clock your time, guaranteed.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we'll have the show set up, ready to go, what we want to talk about, and then there'll be news out of the blue, and then it's all in disarray. 100%, I agree with you. But look, just back on Nuno, look, for me, I wasn't overly inspired by the idea. When you read his philosophy in football and it's all without the ball, it's a bit like Jose Mourinho. And my concern is people didn't want Jose. How would this guy go down? But Levy also was at loggerheads. He wasn't sure. He was like, the reaction to what fans were going to think, this, that, and the other. So to me, if you're already unsure, you just don't bring the manager in anyway. That's, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's not good that him and Paratici are at loggerheads. Jack, what do you think on Nuno supposedly turning down Tottenham?
If Nuno turned down Tottenham, that would be very disappointing considering that he is looking for a job and it still would be an upgrade to what he had before at Wolves. Then again, like with Wolves, he was, David, he was very catered to, it was almost like, he was almost kind of wine and dined, you could say, at Wolves, and that everybody within the Wolves hierarchy he knew very well. The owner he was on good terms with. Jorge Mendes, obviously, very good relationship there with the club in terms of, player recruitment and whatnot. To be honest, he had kind of a cushy lifestyle, you could say, David, at Wolves. So maybe that might be actually a hidden reason for why he might be turning it down, because he does maybe want to, maybe something that would be somewhat similar to that, where he's guaranteed success, guaranteed some sort of development and stability. And maybe with Spurs, he doesn't see that.
Yeah, and as well, we do have to remember, Jack, as well, like, they come from Wolves where he kind of more or less got what he wanted, They did throw money at him.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, good point there, Jack. Good point, my man. And look, that's why we bring you on these watch-alongs, Shamu Van Spurs says, Team Kanikic, in the bin, David, you need to be Team Jack and Shamu. Look, I really want to be Team Jack and Shamu. I really do. But, man, look, we have to make the game interesting.
Right.
So
right.
I had, look, it was one of them situations. I couldn't force Jack to pick Spain today. Put it that way. That's just like asking me to pick, a cheap 99 up over a tub of Ben and Jerry's. You just don't ask me to do it, man. Especially when I have the money for Ben and Jerry's.
I think it would be
you just don't ask me to do it. It's like asking me, why don't you just get a cheeseburger off the Eurosaver when I want the Big Mac? You just don't do it, Shamu. So look, Jack is Croatia today. I let him be Croatia. Look, he loves Croatia, so that it would be. I couldn't do it to him. Mr. K says, come on, Modric, big up, Mr. K. Aaron Dove says, Nuno. Oh, no. Big up. There's no Nuno. Shamu Van Spurs. Paella for dinner, David. No, look.
Takes a long time.
I'm in the gym. I'm trying to lose weight. There's something in the works. I want to make sure I'm fully fit for it. So I joined the gym. I'm on a diet, so my dinner tonight is chicken, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and parsley sauce.
Ooh,
that's my dinner tonight, my man. Big up Shamu.
Crocodiles.
big yourself up. He says, "What's up, guys? Our Spurs at panic stations now, as no manager wants to come to us." It seems like that Crocodiles for me. Yeah, I think we are. I'll be honest with you. I do think we are at panic stations. I would have said, well, do you know what? Maybe not as much as I thought, because I thought maybe originally Nuno, they definitely were going to get ahead with Nuno. Pre-season starts next Monday. You know what I mean? So I thought maybe, yeah, they would just panic and get Nuno in. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure on this one, you know. I'm not sure whether it's a case for holding out for the right manager or we just can't get a manager. Judging on what Graham Potter and Nuno have said, I think it's the latter. We can't get a manager. Oh, good effort from the edge of the box. And who's that? Eric Garcia or Aspilicueta? Is he off anyway? No, he was onside. He just kind of rebounds off him. Nearly goes into the bottom keeper. Jack, watch Livakovic here. Right, the ball's already gone out for a goal kick, and then he dives.
Jesus.
Funny.
He's very young, David. Or he's not even that young, but for a keeper, he's
like
pretty
24,
young.
25,
yeah, 25.
No?
Yeah, 24, 25. I think he might have represented them. No, I don't think he did, because their old keeper was what was his name? Zubasic, I think, or something like that. He played for Monaco.
Yes.
He played for Monaco. He was like ancient goalkeeper. He was like practically like 40 by the time.
He was on the Simmer, man.
And
Spain. Sorry, Jack.
No.
Anytime you speak, man, there's an attack. It's insane. They've messed it up.
I can't speak, David.
They completely bossed this one up. Oh, no, they haven't. Livakovic just falls back. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. Oh, what a goal. Who's the goal scorer? Ferran, is it? Ferran Torres?
I jinxed them, David. I jinxed them by speaking too much. Just in that moment, I spoke again, David, and they scored.
Oh, what a goal. Good goal by Spain, to be fair. Who's number 22? Who is this guy? Come on, give me a glimpse of the back of his shirt. Sarabia, is it? They look like the balls it up. A shot, great shot. Keeper Livakovic pushes it out, comes off the Gavardia, I think it was, into the Spanish player's path. And well, he just rifled. Oh, deflection again. Took another shot back off the same defender that blocked the.
Sarabia, yeah. Sarabia, the PSG man, former Sevilla man, had a great career at Sevilla, and then now plays for PSG. I rate Sarabia as a hard worker. I sometimes have likened him to be kind of a bit like maybe like the Spanish Thomas Muller, I would say, but nowhere near that class. But kind of similar player, just runs all over the pitch. Decent finisher, not the prettiest of finishes, but always seems to be able to pop up with a goal like he did just now, David.
Yeah, no, look, he took the goal well. He absolutely smashed it, and that's what carried it into the net at the end of the day. Fair play to him, was a good effort. Look, maybe you could have argued that Livakovic could have done better with the first shot, maybe pushed out wider. But look, at the end of the day, it was coming. It was coming. Croatia on the attack here now again. What can he do? He tried to play in. It was Petkovic. Tried to play in Petkovic, and he just couldn't get the ball under control. Unlucky there from Croatia. Aaron Dove says VAR player blocking goalie's view. Wishful thinking. No, it was the own Croatia player dropping blocking his view. Maybe I think you're on about maybe the shot beforehand that led to the goal. Yeah, that could have been a VAR check, man. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure on the ins and outs of VAR because I think it's a load of bollocks in football, to be honest with you. Will Reese, Kessie agent confirmed Spurs interested in him. Look, I'll be honest with you, Will. For me, I'm not going to talk about any players because I don't think Tottenham are signing any players until the manager's in the door, to be honest with you. And what player is going to come to Tottenham not knowing what manager's coming in? So, not knowing what's going on. Spain on the attack here again. Unlucky, tried to put in a ball from the left-hand side. And it was cleared away. I think Ferran Torres and Sarabia have switched wings, have they?
Ferran Torres, let's see. I'm going to look up just once they take it off Eric Garcia. Yeah, they have, David.
Yeah. Sarabia again on the ball here. Aspilicueta tries to pull it back across the box, and Morata just standing there like an absolute scarecrow, like a statue. Reese, look, with players, man, I wouldn't really believe too much into it because, again, if I was a player, I wouldn't sign for a club unless I supported them, not knowing what manager is coming in, man, to be honest with you. Aaron says Croatia going to get pummeled. Interesting. Shamu Van Spur says, well, that was fun. Surprise Croatia even got a goal. Yeah, Shamu, it was an own goal at that as well. It was absolutely shocking, my man. It was shocking. Who else have we got? Jerry McNeil says, Jack is the best part of Spain's attack.
Yeah, I seem to be the man in the middle, David. I seem to be their number 10 whenever I speak. Whenever David asks me a question, I seem to be the one playing them in behind. The one seeing through the lines. Yeah, it seems to be.
Literally every time today I've asked you a question, bar one. Spain have gone on the attack and look like scoring. It's brilliant.
Great comment.
Seth Chikamba, breaking news. Mr. Bean will only accept the Spurs deal if Teddy's appointed as assistant manager. Big up, brilliant.
Can't
Shamu,
guarantee
Spain's
wages.
tactic is dive. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. George Paps, big yourself up. I hope you're keeping well. Fernaldi, wow, Morata is actually quite good looking.
It's a little greasy. I think his hair. I think he's maybe got a good face, David, but his hair has always looked very kind of a little too greasy for me. I'll say. I think he needs to invest a bit more, maybe in the Irish shampoo. Bit of I don't know, David. I don't know. I think he just maybe a bit of conditioner as well, because he always seems to put a little too much grease in the hair. I'll say.
Yeah, Corky, just as you were speaking there, Corky lined up a shot there from about 30 yards and pulls it wide of the near post. Unlucky. Corky, good effort. Kessie is a solid player. Yeah, he is a good player. I really do like him. Who else have we got? Reno Panay back in as well. Big up. Says Mancini or Lowe would be a good fit. Yeah, it'd be absolutely brilliant if we could get one of them, to be honest with you. Shamu says all Spain do is dive. Is there a bit biased in there, Shamu? And he says that was fun while it lasted. It was. Bit of bias I detect though, Shamu. A bit of bias. And he's also back again. He says that own goal hopefully will make the goal of the tournament. I'm sure it will, man. I'm sure it will. Aaron Dove Tottenham now in talks with Alan Partridge and Alan Partridge. Wouldn't surprise me. Alan Partridge, legend. Alex Watkins says, do you think we already have a manager and they're managing at the Euros and we're just waiting to announce him afterwards? Look, I haven't made my secrets. I think it's Roberto Martinez. And that it won't be announced till after Belgium. I just have that feeling because he was the first one linked. Kind of went hush hush, you know what I mean? And we still have an appointed manager, and it does kind of look like maybe we are waiting till the end of the Euros now. But Jack, what's your thoughts?
I mean, at first, David, I kind of thought that was kind of ridiculous that we would appoint some sort of manager that's in the Euros right now and wait that long and not announce it at all. It just seemed a little ridiculous to me. It could be true. I mean, the more we're backing away from Nuno, the more actually that does seem to be plausible. First, I kind of thought that was a bit of a tinfoil hat theory, but now, David, every day that passes, it seems more likely. It seems more possible.
It does. It does seem like that. And guys, I just want to say, actually, has anyone ever had this baby? It's the Volvic touch of fruit watermelon flavor. Jack, if you get that in America, lad, you need to get on it, lad. Honestly, it's unbelievable. It's even better when it's cold, but my fridge is stocked with fruit and stuff now. But it's even better when it's cold, lad. It's perfect. Great dehydration. Just takes that bit of blandness out of the water. Just that hint of watermelon. It's perfect. Maybe that's the new thing we need to start hitting up is maybe a bit of Volvic to wash down the Ben & Jerry's, maybe, Jack.
No, David, Volvic is class. I remember all the time, David, when I was
Croatia. Oh, no, sorry.
I should have kept speaking, David. I should have kept speaking. They would have put it in. But when I played a lot of basketball, after doing my studies in Berlin, I'd pick up, a couple of Volvics, from the Spätkauf, as they say there, and the little corner store, and Volvic was always my choice. It was always the good one to go by. When I was
it is honestly, Jack. You need to get on this. This is where it's at. This is the baby right there. I even have it on the rocks, a bit of ice on it, lad. Oh. It's gorgeous. Shamu Van Spurs, Croatia need Modric on the ball more, 100%. Reno
well done by
says Volvic.
I think it was well done by Simone there. The keeper, despite obviously that atrocious own goal, which he'll never get back. But to be honest, I didn't anticipate him actually going out to get that. It really did look like Rebic was in behind there. Yeah,
it did, to be fair. And it looked like he was going to get onto it first. So, especially after conceding the own goal, he could have been hesitant there. So, we do have to praise Simon for it. Maybe Spain might get one last attack here before the end of the half. Great ball into Morata. What can Morata do? Oh, he's greedy. He's greedy. He tries to get his goal. He's shooting from the edge of the box and he can't even score from 3 yards. What's wrong with the guy? You know what I mean? Why would he attempt that? I don't understand it. Reno wants to call the water Volvic now. Danny Kiriakou, that looks banging, David. Need to try that. Danny, honestly, man, get on it. It's perfect after the gym, Danny. You know, I can imagine you going home in the car, no bun, hair down after being in the gym, you know, swigging out a bottle of Volvic watermelon flavoured water, lad. It's the business, trust me. Reno says strawberry only because. Yeah, no, the strawberry's pretty good as well, man. I really do like the strawberry. Summer fruits one is good. Lemon one is good as well, to be fair. Iron Life says Martinez would be good. He surely got Belgium playing great. Guys, everybody, it is half-time. It is 1-1. I do actually have to change that banner, I've just noticed. So, yeah, it is 1-1, Jack. What's your thoughts on the games, man?
Yeah, look, I mean, incredibly lucky goal for the Croatians, for the itches there. They've actually had some good moments, though, you could say, where they've actually looked. They played very dynamic, David. You know, the moment they won the ball back in, you know, certain areas, they, you know, are looking to play someone in behind, either Rebic, Petkovic, or Nikola Vlasic. I think Vlasic has played really well. Rebic could get into the game a bit more. Modric has played in some really fantastic balls to slip people in behind. They seem to play really direct. It's still technically, you know, it's almost two kind of weird goals, you could even say. So it's practically 0-0. It's back at 0-0. You know, they're, despite how maybe, I don't know, maybe disoriented the Croatians might feel after conceding, they should just realize, you know, you're back at 0-0. You still have 45 minutes left. If they get, you know, someone in behind again, and if they do it right, they could easily take this game by the scruff of the neck.
No, 100%, man, 100%. I fully agree with you, man, because, look, I think Spain will. I think Croatia will be the happier of the two teams with this result. To be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
You know, this is what they would have been planning for. You know, get it in level or one ahead. So they're absolutely like. I do think with Spain they probably expected to beat Croatia. So maybe there could be a bit of nerves in there at half time. So Jack, I guess the question is, my man, second half, the wily old dogs Croatia that know how to get the job done, or the young hungry Spain.
It's really tough, David. Spain, they just seem to be able to create chances anytime I speak, David. So, you know, and I'm guaranteeing you, I probably will be speaking in the second half. So that does worry me. And so Spain could get any chance that, you know, that whenever I'm talking. And so, you know, maybe there's a part of me that thinks Spain could actually grab this, you know, maybe win this 2-1. But, you know, I'm still going to back the Croatians, David. And I'll say, I'm still going to go with a Modric winner, David. It's going to have to be a Modric winner. It's going to have to be the Don Luka Modric. And I'm going to say some type of Trivela outside the foot shot, something similar to what he scored against the Czechs. 70th minute. I'm going to go 70th, 80th minute. 70th, 80th minute.
Oh, that goal was against Scotland, Jack, the outside of the boot one for Luka Modric.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, no, you're right. It was against Scotland, yeah, and that demolition job they had, yeah.
Unbelievable goal.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love your confidence. For me, maybe the way the old dogs could get this done, you know. But look, I want my fiver. You know, I want a nice banana shake on Knikic tonight. So look, I'm gonna go Spain. I'm still gonna stick with it. I did say maybe 2-1 Spain at the start, 2-0, 2-1 Spain.
You did.
It could end like that. But look, this second half is going to be very interesting. It's literally going to be the guys that have been there, done it, or against the young, up-and-coming, hungry Spain. So it'll be very interesting now this half. It will be very interesting. Look, the first half, I'll be honest with you, Croatia, bar the one or two kind of attacks, they haven't really created much. The goal was absolutely gifted to them.
No, absolutely.
Honestly, you couldn't ask for it. They're just showing the replay here. It's shocking. It's a ball back. But see, do you know what the problem is there? He opened up his feet to try and control it on the right-hand foot. If he would have went to control it just with his left, it wouldn't have went nowhere near the goal. So that was bad keeping by him. It was bad keeping. He just completely misjudged it. It's shocking. You know, the players around him, keep your head up. Tough shit.
Even like his body positioning, David, you know, like it's not like he needed to touch it with that kind of like 45-degree kind of open. You know how you said, David, you know, you want to open, you don't want to turn your body when receiving the ball. It's kind of like the way he was trying to touch it was as if it was like a center mid trying to, you know, turn upfield while receiving it, you know, instead of a goalkeeper. It really was quite strange. because you would think that he would just, want to touch it with his body and everything just facing the ball instead of it kind of, going to the side of him like that. Very strange.
Yeah, it is. It is strange movement, I have to say. But this Spain goal, look, I originally thought, it was over. The ball was just pinging around. Good strike there. I think it was Koke that hit that strike, and then the ball just falls for Sarabia. Yeah, look, with Livakovic, he was unlucky. The ball, he palmed it away. It comes. Yeah, no, he didn't. He palmed it straight down the throat of the Spanish winger Sarabia to put it in the back of the net. He should have pushed it out a lot wider. It's a poor goalkeeper by Livakovic. But yeah, no, look, it's 1-1. It's interesting. Danny Kiriakou, big yourself up. He says, David, I think we need to start a Volvic sponsorship campaign with Ben and Jerry's. I'm thinking so too, my man. Orange Fantasy says Sergio Ramos is better than Eric Garcia. 100%. Look, I don't know why he wasn't selected. I know he was injured for a lot of the season. Maybe that had something to do with it. Marion Cranford says, what about the Croatia manager to coach Spurs, Jack?
What's his name? Zlatka Bilic, I think. To be honest, David, I would say no. He's a tournament manager. He really seems to, value, kind of sitting back and sitting deep against, maybe better teams, despite all the technical prowess that his team has. I rate him as a manager for tournament football, but, for managerial football, I just don't think he's proven enough. Maybe the Croatian, I believe he's Croatian, that I would really love to have is that guy, Niko Kovac, he's now at Monaco, former Bayern Munich coach. Yeah. I would love to have him instead if we're talking about Croatians.
100%. Nico Kachi wants Klinsmann. Look, yeah, I'm at the opinion, look, if he really wants it that bad, give it to him, see what he can do at this rate. We can't seem to get anybody else in. Shamu Van Spurs says you would have to back Spain the way the game is going. Yeah, Shamu, I agree. But like for the likes of you and Jakic, Shamuic and Jakic, I want Croatia to win. I really do. Luke Tracy says, guys, I really miss the Iniesta, Xavi Alonso and Torres days. Some team, yeah, that was some team, to be fair, man. I'll give you that. It really was.
Yeah.
Mr. K says, yes, had that. I'm a Volvic guy anyway. Well, when there's no Perthshire water, that is. I don't know what that sort of water is. That must be fancy, Mr. K. You may let me know what that is, lad. That must be some fancy shit you're on. Howland Hotspur says, if we get Martinez or Southgate, I give up. Look, I will say this about Martinez. He is better than what's been floated around. Some of the other managers with Southgate don't want him, pure brown nose. And look, the English, any of the English fans watching in right now, get in the comments. Let me know whether you think you're going to win tomorrow or not. Of course, you have your big derby day against Belgium. The two boys are against Germany. The two boys will be hosting their watch-along for their event just down the way from Wembley. If there is tickets left, I encourage you guys to get on them now and get one. It's a great day out. You're going to have great crack. Ben was absolutely leathered at the last one. So get down there and get him leathered again. Just back from holidays and everything else as well. It's going to be a crack and watch along, so make sure you stay tuned for that tomorrow. Me and Jack we'll be joined by Kieran, from Let's Talk Spurs. We'll be back tonight at 8 for the France game. And then I'm not sure what the story is with the game after the England game, the Sweden and Ukraine game. It could be the two Brians or it could be me and Jack. We're not sure yet. We're not sure. Shamu Van Spurs says England already won the tournament, David. They're doing the parade at the minute. It's a friendly tomorrow, David. I forgot the friendlies are tomorrow. It's Sweden, Ukraine is going to be a fantastic friendly. Germany, England, always a good friendly, David. Always a good friendly. I'm looking forward to them actually touching the trophy on their way out. When they sing the national anthems, the trophy's going to be in between the Germans and the English. English are going to touch it, on their way out. It's going to be glorious. No, look, this is where you see the, the best costumes. They'll all be dressed up as knights and whatever else going to the game. Singing Vindaloo and it's coming home. I do feel sorry for them at times because, that it's the hope that kills them. It's like supporting Tottenham, I suppose. It's the hope that kills them. Right. You go into all these tournaments with expectations and you just ultimately let it down. But look, I do actually think they have a chance of beating Germany tomorrow. I think it's their best chance in years, if I'm honest. I really do. Do I hope they do it? No, I really don't. I'll be honest with you. I'd die if they won this. I'd die. Honestly, I might just go into the abyss and just go and live my life peacefully somewhere if England do win it, to be honest with you. Sarang Twos says, boys, where are Ben and Sim for the last 2 days? Man, yeah, look, they're just gone away. They've gone away with Grandpa and the family. A bit of kickback and relaxed time. You don't blame them. And look, me and Jack are just filling in for them. That's all it is. It's only temporary. Don't worry. You won't have to put up with my ugly mug much longer, man. It's only temporary. We have to give the boys a day off or two to put in some incredible work, to keep us Spurs fans sane.
Right.
And the content they pump out, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Incredible work the guys put in. So, we have to allow them to go off and have a break. So that
give them 24 hours at least.
Refresh for the season.
Yeah, they deserve at least 48 hours, at least a time, but let the misses, catch up with them, whatever it may be, maybe Sim, catch up with the lads as well as Ben, because believe me, it's especially for them, full-time job, David, full-time job.
No, it is 100%. Shamu Van Spurs says, let's go Germany. I'm Heinz Van Moo tomorrow.
Shamu, get out your Haribo, maybe get a nice German Pilsner, maybe a Warsteiner, maybe a Beck's, whatever it may be, whatever you have down there. Get your German lager, get a nice Haribo gummy bear, maybe a nice Ritter Sport chocolate, something like that, something brilliant, to have a bit of that German sweetness in your mouth before they take down the English.
100%, 100%. And maybe you can wash that down with a bit of Bratwurst or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Aaron Dove, 1966 times 10. Could you imagine it? We're still here in about 66. Please, God, don't bless England. Oh, 100%. Orange Fantasy, can England score past Manuel Neuer? Well, that's the question. Sarang 2 says, still you two are doing great work, Irish Hotspur. No, look, I appreciate it, man. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. I really, really do appreciate it. Look, I'm aware, maybe the views aren't the best for the watch-alongs. They're not as good as what the boys carry. But look, we do our best, man. We do our best, and that's all anyone can ever ask for. And make sure everybody does smash a like on the stream. It really does help you guys smashing a like on the stream. And big up the We Are Tottenham TV army for embracing us for these watch-alongs as well.
Absolutely.
You've been incredibly kind to us, nothing but supportive and good comments. So big yourselves up, the We Are Tottenham TV army. Big yourselves up. Shamu says Haribo's candy gold. Bit of classical music too. Yeah, 100%. And Aaron Dove says I'm getting
Francis Connor. Yeah, Francis
Connor and a mullet. Honor of the Bavarians tomorrow. What the fuck is a Francis Connor?
Francis Connor, have you ever had a Hefeweizen, David? A Hefeweizen is like it's like a very, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a very fruity kind of foamy kind of beer where it's very colorful, kind of very hazy, and it has a very nice head for the beer as well, almost like a 4-inch, 5-inch head as well. It's almost like a whipped cream kind of beer. It's kind of like a whipped cream, very tasty, very flavorful, and it's called a Hefeweizen or a Hefe.
Well, now you learn something new every day, don't you?
Francis Connor. What's another one? Paulaner. If you've ever had Paulaner, David.
No.
Paulaner would be another one. Yeah, there are plenty though. Yeah, there are plenty. It's very big in Munich and Bavaria and etc.
Nice.
Very tasty.
You learn something new every day. See, you learn something new every day.
Pick one
up,
David. Very tasty. Very tasty. You should pick one up.
Any kids out there watching? Every day is a learning day. Irish hotspot. We also have Sarang 2's boys. Literally 80-90% put their bets on Portugal.
Wow.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Wow.
Dahan Kang. Greetings from Mexico, lads. Big up, man. I hope you're enjoying the El Sombrero over there with an tequila beer. Aaron Dove says it's wheat beer. Lovely.
It's wheat beer. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, nice and simple. Yeah, wheat beer, very flavorful wheat beer. You almost kind of tastes like bananas a little bit, David.
Nice,
yeah,
very nice.
That's what to say.
I might actually try that. Seth Chikomba says greetings from South Africa. Big up, man. Big up. What part of South Africa, man? Let me know. Alex D says, David, Ben Davies is best left back at the Euros. Best of the Euros. No, he's not actually.
He's playing centre half.
Yeah, but as well, Alex, his passing accuracy is shocking. It's absolutely shocking. And he actually hasn't been. Look, I know you love him. I know you share the same name, and whatever else, Alex. But look, he's not. You just need to drop it now. You need to calm down a little, relax. Have a glass of water. I get it's a hot day out there. Cool down. Have that glass of water.
Get
You know what I mean?
Get a ball,
and take yourself back down. Take your self back down to a rational thinking level, Alex. Nah, big up, Alex. Absolutely love you, man. I hope you're keeping well. Absolutely love the banter, man. You're brilliant. You're absolutely brilliant. And Seth already wants to disagree with Alex. We could have an argument on here. Orange Fantasy, Dumfries the best right back in the Euros. 1,000%, my man. 1,000%. And look, I'm just going to let Jack give you a little talk a little bit on Dumfries for 1 minute, just while I go and grab a drink.
No problem, David. Absolutely, guys. I mean, we've been talking about Dumfries as being, maybe the best right back of the Euros. He's obviously been playing, though, maybe that 3 in the back, 5 in the back system. So, sometimes, he's not as defensively responsible. But then again, he still is able to get up and down plenty well and efficiently. Seems to practically be as high as sometimes the strikers as well. He's always the last man. If the ball gets through a bunch of players, in the box, he seems to be the last man to follow it up and, put a shot on goal. He seems to be brilliant in the air as well. Very dominant in the air. What else to say about him? We're supposedly rumored with that Takahiro Tomiyasu guy from Bologna. I mean, if he's supposedly going to be rumored around 12 million, 15 million pounds, and we would play him at right back, I mean, absolutely, we should be going for Denzel Dumfries instead. Denzel Dumfries is, before this tournament, was, probably available for around 12 to 15 million pounds. And maybe now with some inflation, given his attention that he's received recently, he could be probably a bit more than that, 12 to 15 million pounds. But believe me, Dumfries has been a very cheap, unknown, amazing fullback for some time now.
No, 100%. I fully agree with that, man. And interestingly, Croatia have took off Petkovic.
Kramaric.
Who?
Andre Kramaric from Hoffenheim. This guy is definitely capable of an absolute world-class goal, but he's definitely struggled.
What's your thinking behind the change, Jack? What do you think he's thinking is? Petkovic has just been poor?
I think Petkovic did look poor, David. I mean, in that one moment when Nikola Vlasic had to tell him what to do as a number 9, that's not a good sign, David. It's not a good sign.
Yeah, that's true.
He's also, David, it's not like Petkovic is, maybe like a Kun Aguero kind of mold, where he's he's a big dominant number 9. I don't know why he needs to be told, to get into the box in those situations. Pretty ridiculous if you ask me. So that might be why Andre Kramaric, definitely much more technical, much more skilled on the ball, and is definitely capable of, hitting something from outside the box with some bend, with some curl and some force as well. But he's also struggled this tournament, David, Andre Kramaric. So I've been told he's definitely struggled this tournament.
Yeah, look, I've watched the Croatia games. I've been dipping in and out of them, especially when they've been on at the same time as England and that. But yeah, look, Croatia have been poor. They have looked pretty toothless going forward in this competition, I'll be honest with you. Even here today, they haven't looked the best. They haven't really created any major opportunities. But the thing is with Croatia, it's the tried and tested. They get one chance, they'll put it away, and that's the thing. It's can they keep Spain out is the question for me. It's a tough one. Morata winning a free kick there. Shamu says, too many cones for Alex. Big up, Shamu. Paulan Hotspurs, I only have one leg and I'm better than Ben Davies. Alex already triggering the... See, Alex does that. He puts in a comment and then he leaves again. He's brilliant. Dohan Kang, do you think Sonny's signing the contract? Again, look, if a player's not going to sign for Tottenham, not knowing what manager's going to come in, why would Son sign a contract not knowing what manager's coming in? Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on with the Son thing. We were told, look, it was all amicable. It's more or less agreed. We're just going to wait till the end of the season to make it happen because of the losses we made, this, that, and the other. Still hasn't happened. It could be a case where we renew Son's contract and don't sign anybody, and Son is kind of like, we should be grateful, that we've renewed his contract, but we haven't signed anybody, sort of thing. That could very well be the case. Who knows, man? Who knows? Sarang is back in again, and he says, after watching the Euros, I have come to a conclusion that Højbjerg can take up a rather more attacking role. 100%, man. Get over and check out the show we done yesterday on my channel, the Irish Hotspur. We went into a bit on that as well. Big up, Sarang. Shamu, we want limbs if Croatia scores, Jakic.
Big up, Shamu. Big up, Shamu. Look, Shamu, I want to know, Shamu, who you think is going to be the one that's going to bag this winner for Croatia. I do think it's going to be our Don, Luka Modric. I do think it's going to be our king, our Lord and Savior, Luka. But it could be someone else. Maybe, what do you say, Shamu? Is it going to be Kramaric? Is it going to be the Don Luka? Let me know. Let me know, Shamu. I'd be dying to know what you think.
Croatia are playing a dangerous game sitting back here,
No,
Spain are getting a lot of joy down the wings, but Croatia are on attack on. As soon as I say it, overhits it. I'm just not going to tell you when Croatia's on attack anymore. Anytime I do, it's always overhit. Aaron Dove says, anytime Spain play a back pass, now I expect a goal for Croatia, 100%.
Read my mind. I was going to say, I can never look at a back pass to a goalkeeper ever the same again. I can never look at it the same, David.
No, 100%. That was shocking. That was absolutely shocking. Alex back in again. He says, Davies is staying anyway. We still waiting for our new coach. Only 69 days it's been. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think Ben probably will stay. He's pulled the wool over a lot of people's eyes, performed at the Euros, and come back to Tottenham and be a sideman again. Yeah, and 69 days now, Alex. I don't know what to say to you, my man. I don't know what to say to you. It's just depressing times for all of us as Spurs fans. Not knowing what manager's coming in. Pre-season, all the pre-season friendlies haven't exactly been planned and put together yet because they can't do it because they don't know what the manager wants to do, you see. And this is the problem. It's affecting pre-season, it's affecting transfers, it's affecting us selling players, and it's also affecting us signing players down to a contract, which is very, very concerning. So, yeah, it's not good, Alex. It's not good, man. It really isn't good. Shamu to bag the winner. Big up, Shamu. Croatia are missing Mandzukic. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, I forgot about Mandzukic. I miss Mandzukic. I really do miss Mandzukic. He won Bayern that Champions League way back in the day. God, what a legend. Miss Mario.
Yeah, he was clinical, the guy. He was a good striker. I really liked him. Dohan King says, how's Laporte looking? Would you take him for Spurs? Yeah, look, Laporte. I don't think he's really
Spain's best defender.
Wrong.
No, he scored a goal even recently for the team. He's been Spain's best defender, probably also their best distributor out of the back as well. Laporte, to be honest, Laporte on his day is sometimes one of the best defenders in the world. I'm not kidding. But he's not been favored at City. He's probably quite upset about that because he probably does rate himself quite highly. And he seems like he wants to play football. That's even why he moved to the Spanish national team, because probably his spot in the French team wasn't maybe a given, David. So probably why he even pledged for Spain. I think he's a guy that just wants to play football. If that's the case, then he should absolutely come to Spurs because, we play every match. We use him like Højbjerg. We practically, inhumanely play him too much.
100%. And he's left footer as well. So it'd fit perfectly right in there. Look, right. It's been an insane switch for him from France to Spain. So, look, fair play to him. He's playing international football. And, brilliant for him. Look, I think he's been good at the Euros so far. And, look, hopefully it continues for him. He hasn't put a foot wrong today anyway. Whether Spurs can go and get him out of City, I'm not sure. I think probably there's more chance of him going back to Spain or something like that. Oh, Spain put a ball to the back post. Sarabia got in there. He managed to get a foot on it, but Livakovic, right place, right time, catches the ball. Yeah. Sends Croatia on the way now. What can Croatia do with it? Rebic, poor play by Rebic, slows it all down. And now most of the Spain team are back behind the ball. Great switch of play there by Luka Modric. Oh, what a switch of play. Croatia on the attempt. Oh, poor ball in again. Poor ball in from Kramaric to chase down. Not a hope of getting onto it. Aaron Dove says, 69 is my missus' favourite number. Not sure why. Yeah, Aaron, look, pile driver is my missus' favourite wrestling move. I'm not sure why. You know what I mean? Big yourself up. And Shamu, Luka with the loving eyes. Big up, Shamu. We all love Luka. It's like a little Luka Modric fan club. Look, to be honest with you, I wish I had the balls to grow my hairs like his. But to be honest, my dad just ripped the piss out of me every day. I'd end up getting a pack of bobbins for Christmas or something.
That's hilarious. I feel like Luka Modric is kind of like Conte, kind of like N'Golo Conte. You just can't hate the guy. You just can only respect him. And if you don't respect him, you probably love him then. But you have to at least respect him. Yeah, no, you do 100%. And Island Life says we should definitely go for Laporte. Yeah, look, we should definitely look. If City are interested in selling, which I don't think they will. I think the likes of Nathan Ake will probably be first on the list out the door, to be honest with you, rather than Laporte.
But no, it'd be interesting. Look, I don't know if he leaves it. I think he might give him one more year. I think he'll fancy playing himself back into the squad. He only lost out because he went out injured, and it's just John Stones took his chance. That's all it was. Orange Fantasy, surely Laporte is better than Kimpembe and Koundé. Luckily, this one to Jack.
Surely Laporte is better than Kimpembe and Koundé. I think he's much better than Kimpembe, I'll tell you that. But, I mean, Didier Deschamps has Moussa Sissoko in the squad, David, so or Orange Fantasy. So, that's an insight onto the man's thinking and the man's logic. So Deschamps is, quite delusional. So maybe that's why he maybe rates Kimpembe more. Kimpembe is still a great center half. I do think he's a bit more rash. I think he's definitely capable of mistakes as well, Kimpembe. So I do rate Laporte more, especially since they're both left-footed. I definitely rate Laporte more. Jules Koundé is just a different center half than all of them. I think he's a much better distributor than all of them. I think he's also a bit more of a wise kind of player, a bit more intelligent than most of them as well, because he's a bit smaller. He's not as robust. So, he has to think better than the other players, has to be a step ahead. So I do rate Koundé more just as a player. But Laporte is world-class. Laporte is world-class. So there's really no point in, be comparing him and Koundé. But definitely Laporte is better than Kimpembe. But like I said, Didier Deschamps, look, he has his own ideas on what he thinks good footballers look like, and it happens to be different than mine.
Love it. Interesting enough to put a referee calling for a change of ball there.
I mean, David, even like what you said, Eduardo Camavinga, every football hipster's favorite player. He's not in the France lineup, and I will say again, it's not a typo. Moussa Sissoko is in that French team. And so it's a big insight into how Deschamps thinks about football.
Yeah, it is. I think, look, maybe he brought in Sissoko more of a backup for Kante, playing in the Kante role, the destroyer. But yeah, no, I get it. Look, for me, I would have brought Camavinga, to be honest with you. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Scored an overhead on his debut for France as well. What more do you want from the guy? I don't understand it. Shamu says Croatia looking dead. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
They're not really offering much, to be honest with you. If they go through, they have to be like the only team that the first 4 games have been fairly boring, and gone through. I'll be honest with you. I did expect a lot more out of Croatia this tournament. It's just going forward. It just hasn't clicked for them. Just has not clicked for them going forward. Even today, it hasn't clicked for them.
I don't know why they would
I definitely don't want this game to go to extra time.
I don't either, David, but I don't know why they would be, maybe tired from the heat or something. David, it's really not. I mean, especially with Croatia, where they're originally from, much hotter country year-round than Copenhagen. I think it's only what is it, David? It's only 28. It's probably 27 or something.
Oh, it's 2-1 Spain.
Oh, no, David. Every time. Azpilicueta. Harris, what is it? Harris Liqueta?
Harris Liqueta, yeah.
Harris Liqueta.
Yeah, look, it was a good goal, well worked by Spain, to be fair to them. And Azpilicueta rose the highest and absolutely buried it.
Wow.
6 yards out, look, he should have scored anyway, but it was a good goal by Spain. Spain are now 2-1 up. So well worked move down the left-hand side here from Spain. It's just a nice ball delivered in by Ferran Torres. And what is Azpilicueta doing in the box from right back? He's the focal point in there. Should be Alvaro Morata. What's he doing further forward than anybody else? But look, it's a good header. He rises above. I think it's Convardion.
I think it's David. It's David Harris Liqueta teaching Morata how to finish. It's just showing him how to finish there, showing him, giving him a few pointers there.
Yeah. And look, it's now 2-1 Spain. I don't think there'll be any checking VAR on this. I'm pretty sure it's a stand. But look, Azpilicueta, he took the goal well. And I honestly don't know what he was doing. He's the furthest man forward alongside Morata. So big up Azpilicueta, and that makes Spain 2-1. 2-1 Spain, and I need to change the banner. Let's go. Croatia kicking off here again. Jack, do you think this is dead and bury Croatia this game?
Yeah, David, I mean, this is kind of, they're kind of looking like they've looked this whole tournament where they've had their moments of looking brilliant, but maybe it's the coaching, maybe it's the tactics where they don't play as well as maybe you would like them to. They sit a little deeper than you would like them to. They don't maybe demand the ball as much as you would like them to. And they play a bit complacent, David. I do think they play a bit complacent this tournament. They've just seemed to not really be in it. And hopefully maybe they'll find a bit of inspiration via Luka or someone, and maybe get a bit of luck again as well. That's maybe what they'll need, is just a bit of luck again.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think they will get the luck. I just hope that maybe, now they will just throw caution to the wind and go for it, to be honest with you.
Right.
You might see a bit better Croatia team. Because, look, they have to go for it now. It's last 16. There's no saving grace. They don't have another game. It's knockout football, so they have to go for it now. So it'll be interesting to see what the manager does here. But look, we'll take a few more comments. Paulan Hotspurs, Morata couldn't finish a woman off, even with a diagram. Yeah, I love that one. I'm
gonna get a drink after that one.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Paulan. Shamu says dead and buried for sure. Yeah, it's looking like that. Jerry McNeil, to be fair, Spain has scored all 3 goals. That's very, very true. Island Life, Sissoko getting picked over Ndombele still shocks me to this day. Yeah, I don't get it. I think, look, with Ndombele, I think it comes down to his fitness ultimately. Kaleta Carr, Jakic, told you he's a problem. He's not good at the back.
What's that, David?
Shamu saying about Kaleta Carr. He says he told you he's a problem. He's not good at the back.
Yeah, interesting. I don't ever get to see him much for Marseille, just simply because I don't watch Marseille, Shamu. But, he supposedly has, he has good transfer market value. Supposedly he's on the rise. But, yeah, I guess he's not, according to Shamu, he's not the right man for the Croatian back line. Does he rate the infamous Dejan Lovren, higher? Ask him that, I guess, because that would be the alternative, would be Dejan Lovren. Or maybe they can move Gavardiol into the center back position, but they seem to like him in the left back position. It's interesting. I think
I don't know why, because it's not like Gavardiol bombs forward or adds that into the attack, to be honest with you.
No, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
He is more of a centre back.
No, he's an absolute center back. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I think he just can do it. It's kind of like how Tanganga can play right back for us, David. But it's really only just if you're forced to do it. I think it's not like really just something where you see him excelling at all. Similar to how, but I would say Gavardiol is even worse at left back than Tanganga is at fullback or right back.
Yeah,
I would say Tanganga still offers more.
Yeah, I agree with you. We're just looking at the Spain goal here again. Beautiful ball across. Honestly, delightful ball. Azpilicueta was on a play for him, really. That's poor defending there by Gavardiol. That's really poor. He hadn't a clue where Azpilicueta was. And look, it's costing Croatia right now. And some lucky guy in the crowd is getting a kiss from a bird there because, Spain has scored. Lucky guy. We have Sarang. He says, oh my God, what the hell happened to Spain today? Spain tick-attacking the hell out of Croatia. Yeah, they are, to be fair. They are. Aaron Dove, what a posh, fluffy cocktail did Jack make himself today.
David, you have one mint julep. You move away from the blue-collar man's beer once. And then they never forget it, David. They never forget it. I'm just having a Warsteiner. I'm just having a normal regular beer. I just, whenever I go to this little beer outlet store, I just pick whatever's the cheapest one of, the bigger quantity. That's not, the big ones like Bud Light or Budweiser, whatever isn't that, I usually go for it.
Yeah, well, there you are, Aaron. Sorry to disappoint you today, my man.
Sorry not this time. I wish it was a pina colada. Like last time, because like I said, that's what, me and the missus love whenever on vacation, somewhere, even if it's in a cold place, you got to get a pina colada. It's
you have to have drink. A woo. You have to have a woo for Shamu. Shamu van woo.
Shamu van woo. Especially wooing when I get the pina colada. I'll tell you that, Aaron. And Shamu. Can't go wrong with it.
Disappointed in Croatia.
Definitely.
Shamu, why do you think Americans always drink light beer?
Because we, like everything else, Shamu, we love everything in quantity, not quality. With the light beer, we're able to, you can brag to your friends, right? You smash whatever, 30 cans or something like that, even though they're all like the size of little mini Snickers bars, in comparison to the rest of the world. I think it's just all about, Americans. It's all about the quantity, not the quality.
Well, there you are, Shmoo. There's your answer. Powerline Hotspurs, Morata goes down more than Katie Price. Look, I haven't experienced it, so I wouldn't know. I haven't been lucky enough, my man. But yeah, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. We have Aaron Dove. He says, buy yourself a Guinness, Jackie.
No, Aaron,
too class, for the super chat, Aaron.
Too class. Look, I would love to see, maybe ask Aaron. Aaron, I'd love to know if he knows how to pour it right as well, because, obviously there are very few people in the U.S. It's tough to find someone that knows how to pour Guinness right outside of Ireland, David. No,
look, I was a barman for a number of years, Jack. It's honestly, if you ever get over to Ireland, man, I'll bring you for a pint and I'll pour it myself, man. You have to pour it, you have to let it settle, and then you top it off. And look, if it's Paddy's Day, I'll even put a shamrock in the head for you.
Class. Also, thank you. Cheers, Aaron. But yeah, Aaron. So I've been told as well, Aaron, is not a lot of people, especially in the U.S., know how to pour Guinness correctly.
Look, it seems to be coming around. I've always walked into pubs and seen them just pour it straight up and then letting it settle. And I'm sitting there, and honestly, I'll be fuming. That's just sacrilege, man. Honestly, there should never be a barman again, because it's shocking. With Guinness, man, you have to. It's even better when the glass is already chilled in the fridge.
Right.
Take the glass out, lad. You tilt the glass at an angle, whip down the pump. You let it fill up a little bit. You know what I mean? Up to just below, usually around the Guinness sign. You know what I mean? Then you leave it settle nicely, and then you just give it a nice little top off, lad. And it makes for a lovely, lovely creamy pint, to be honest with you. Absolutely. It is nice. I like a Guinness or two when I get out now, I have to say. Yeah. I do like a Guinness or two. Just to settle the stomach, nice and creamy. It's gorgeous. But big up Aaron for the super chat, my man. Everybody else, make sure that if you're tuning in, that you do smash a like on the stream. Help us guys out. Make sure you smash or subscribe on the WeAreTottenhamTV channel if you're new. And make sure feel free to get in a super chat too, to support the channel and the epic work that everybody puts in on this channel. The guys in the back room, that helps with all the technical stuff and everything else. Everyone plays their part. So make sure you keep supporting the boys. Croatia on the attack here. That's a poor shot. That's weak. I think that was Vlasic, was it? I think that was
about to see it, David. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Rebic or Vlasic. I think it was Vlasic. Poor shot. Big up Chris Peters. He says, I love Guinness and it's vegan too. I didn't even know that, to be honest with you. But big up Chris. Yeah, Guinness is lovely, my man. It is nice. Shamu Van Spurs, Sidemen. How old are you? 12.
That was Rebic, David. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I do especially rate Ante Rebic. He definitely has a good foot behind him. Oh, yeah, that's awful. That's awful.
Yeah,
especially if he's going to hit it first time. I think he kind of hit it first time as well. Didn't need to. He could have tried to take the man on. That's pretty atrocious if you ask me, especially if he's going to try to do it like that.
It is, and Croatia have made another sub here, and they just brought off Rebic, actually, Jack. So the Croatian man was not too happy with that. He's human just like you.
He's got a bit of the David Harrich in him. Moment the striker, makes an absolute mess of a finish. David's always saying, to get him off the pitch, even if he just came on, get him off because if they're not ready.
Oh, Croatia just had another chance. Great save by Simon. I actually think he's probably made up for the own goal here.
Mislav Orsic coming on, David. Mislav Orsic, the man that gave us all PTSD that one night for Zagreb, is coming on for Rebic.
Wait until you see this save from Simon, Jack. The ball went underneath him, and he's training and managed to keep it out. I think it was from a Kramaric shot. That was very good goalkeeping by Simon. I think he's actually made up for his mistake earlier there, Jack.
Yeah, David, I'm about to see the replay, and I just saw the save. I think it was Gavardiol, actually, David, when we just, criticizing him not getting forward. It was Gavardiol who shot it. Wow, yeah, David, that is insane. It's hard to know, David. He kept a really firm hand there. He's clearly trying to keep it down by his side there. Actually, fantastic goalkeeping. Not lucky at all. He's actually
Gavardiol.
Yeah, it is Gavardiol, but not lucky at all or anything with that save, David. He's very much trying to do exactly what you just did there. You could tell by the way how firm his arm was, next to his body. Very impressive.
No, it was a great save, to be fair. Great save. Big up Holly Agenbar in the building. Big yourself up. I hope you're enjoying yourself being on the BBC. You know what I mean? Look, I know you're already excited for tomorrow. I know you are. I know you are. But look, it's not coming home, Holly. But I hope you're having a good summer and I hope you're enjoying yourself. Damon Day says Modric is still amazing for 35. He's class. Chris Peters, Modric is class. He is, man. He's absolutely brilliant. An offside there for Croatia. Damon Days, what's the top transfer you want for Spurs, Jack?
I mean, the fact that we're even being rumored with Jules Koundé is absurd to me. It would be my dream signing, David. So I guess that to answer the question, top transfer. Also, we need a center half as well. He can play right back. He could also even. The other thing, David, is what I love about Jules Koundé is that he would be really brilliant alongside Tanganga and teaching Tanganga, a fellow player that's not very tall. Also, I believe 6 foot, could teach him, what it's like to be that kind of defender, how to think ahead, how to be a step ahead player. He's so intelligent as well, Koundé. So if it's my top transfer, my top choice, it would be Koundé. And I'm absolutely mesmerized or even rumored with him because that's how highly I rate him.
Yeah, interesting. Look, my first choice this summer would be a centre back. And to be honest with you, look, I'd love to go and get Sven Botman, left foot centre back, left sided centre back. If not Laporte out of City, I just want to bring in a centre back. But big up, man, great question, Damon. Maybe another centre midfielder too. Yeah. Look, I would have said Grealish would have been my top target, but all rumours is that City actually have a deal wrapped up from believed to be in around 90 million, and it won't be announced till after the Euros, which begs well for Spurs because it means City will have to sell in order to be able to create money to buy Harry Kane. So that's good news for Tottenham if it is true. We have Holly Agenbar. She says, it is coming home. You wait till it does. Holly, I'll be honest, if it does, I'm moving out to Alaska. I'm bringing Jack with me. I'm just going to live in the middle of nowhere. Where we don't have to hear you guys, singing "It's Coming Home" and shouting, "You're the one" in the Barmy Army, and dressed up as knights and whatever else it is you like to do when you go to these ridiculous games, the boring games as they call them, Holly. But look, it is what it is. But honestly, if you do win it, you will not see me ever again, ever.
Yeah, no, especially David. We'll already struggle enough if they beat Germany tomorrow, David. But if it goes all the way home, if it actually does indeed come all the way home, David, no, we're gonna be shopping for cabins in the middle of nowhere. I've never be seen again. We'll probably even donate, the channel to somebody who can't be seen. Couldn't show our faces ever again, David, if they want it.
Yeah. But look, that's why I'm so confident. That's why I'm so out there, because I know they're not going to win it. So it's brilliant. Yeah. Spain making a couple of changes here. Let's see what they bring off. Who's number 12?
Sarabia. They're taking off Sarabia here. And I'll see who's coming on. Danny Olmo.
They're bringing on Pau Torres.
Pau Torres coming on, and Danny Olmo coming on for Sarabia. Danny Olmo, who formerly played for Dinamo Zagreb, came from their academy, I believe, or at least played for them for some time there, and got that big move from there to Leipzig. Danny Olmo, so he probably knows a lot of these Croatians, actually, David.
Oh, it's Spain 3. Is he off? Yeah, he's offside. Okay. Yeah, it would have been Spain 3-1 there. Who was it? I actually think it might have been Alvaro Morata. Guy can't buy a goal. Oh God, poor man. That's brilliant. That's
looking at it right now, David. Yeah, it looks like it's about to be Morata. I can just tell they're still hovering. Yeah.
What's the manager? What's the Spanish manager?
David, it is Morata. It is Morata. He's just yards offside. He's hilarious. He is hilarious. He just can't.
He barely even bundled it in, and he was on the line. The shit cunt. What a shit fucker.
Yeah, absolutely.
My bad.
No.
Maren Cranford says you're welcome to come to Alabama. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think the England side are too much of a head case, and Germany will spank them. I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, look, I hope the Germans put the English players in their lederhosen and do spank them, to be honest with you, Marin. I hope that is the case. Chris Peters.
Yeah, David.
If we sell Kane, I'd love to see Dolberg at Spurs, pace, position, and eye for goal work rate. What a gem of a player.
Yeah, David, maybe after...
I answered this yesterday on the Watch Along. For me, it's his inconsistency. Look, the problem is with the guy, He can have a game like he did the other day, but then he can go games without scoring, and he's very inconsistent in front of goal. Jack, do you want to give him the lowdown, lad?
Yeah, but Dolberg, look, he's been sold on by Ajax for a reason. He was there at that academy for a very, very long time. They gave him plenty of chances to become the main man there, to become the number 9 that they dreamed him to be, but he never was. They instead went with Dusan Tadic. They went with Brian Bobby recently. They've gone with plenty of other alternatives. They've even brought back Klaas-Jan Huntelaar. So they moved on Dolberg to Nice. For not even that extraordinary of a fee, considering how much this guy was rated at the time, and he's just maybe the definition of inconsistency, David. It's just he has these moments of like, yeah, this guy looks world class, who wouldn't want him, and then he has these moments where he practically disappears for like 3 weeks, David. So he's just the definition of inconsistency, and I don't think he would be someone that we would want to replace Kane with. Especially since he's not as much of a dominating kind of in-the-air striker, despite maybe his height. He's actually a bit more technical, a bit more, I don't know how you say it, but yeah, not as similar to Harry Kane, I would say.
Yeah, 100%. And Chris Peters is thanking you for the feedback on him.
No problem.
Shamu Van Spurs says, just punch out some Spanish players right now. The game's done. Nah, it's not over yet, Shamu. Look, the game's still in the balance, approaching 75 minutes. It's still 2-1 Spain. Croatia, all it takes is one lucky moment. Like they've already got, one opportunity. I feel like I'm about to break out into an Eminem rap there now. One opportunity, all that sort of stuff. But honestly, I wouldn't write Croatia off yet. I wouldn't write them off yet. We have Damon Days. What do you think of the new home kit? I'll be honest with you, I actually really like it. I really, really like it. I think it's a lovely colour white. It's crisp, it's clean. There's none of this fancy, stupid designs on it. It's just perfect. It's what you want. It's taking it back to the old days. Just plain, nice white jersey. What more do you want? The lily whites at the end of the day. Fernaldi, will you do a watch along for England versus Germany, or will Sim do the watch along? Sim and Ben will be holding the watch along for the England-Germany game. They'll be doing one of their events at the tents. So, make sure you do. If there's any tickets left, get on them. And get your tickets for it. As far as I was aware, there wasn't much left today. So if there is anyone thinking about going, just bite the bullet, get the ticket and go. Terry Wright, big yourself up. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate your support for me and Jack.
Big up, Terry.
Same as you, Dan Davenport. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, man.
Big up, Dan.
Absolute legend. Shamu Van Spurs. Leipzig seem to take all the Zagreb players as of recently. Have they got a deal going on, Jackic?
No, Shamu, it just seems like Leipzig, they seem to think similarly to us, which is the right way of things. They seem to recognize that, the itches, they just come out every year with a brand new, beautiful itch. They come out with, these Yugoslavian Messis, it seems like any day.
3-1, Jack. Honestly, anytime I've asked you a question today, Spain have looked like scoring. I'm not messing. You're the biggest jinx.
It pains me as well because with Morata, David, I wanted to just unleash into him earlier, but I thought if I would, it would jinx it. And, I can't catch a break. But it
wasn't Morata that scored, so you'd be happy there. I'm waiting for them to stop hugging him and stop jumping on him and to see who actually scored the goal.
Looks like it might be Danny Olmo.
It's a good switch of play.
Oh, no. Wow. No, it was Ferran Torres. Beautifully done.
He just leaves. That's shocking defending. Who's that? Galtakar?
I think he did that to Gavardiol. I think he did that to Gavardiol.
That's shocking. That's shocking defending. And look, fair play to Ferran Torres. Cool, calm, and collective. Look, he just outsprints him. Gavardiol loses his footing. And he nice finish through the keeper's leg. Nothing Livakovic could have done. And that's dusted. That's game over. That's Spain 3, Croatia 1. Look, Croatia, I've been very disappointed with them, Jack, today. Very, very disappointed throughout this whole tournament. What do you make of them?
Yeah, David, I'd be happy to know what milkshakes interest you, what maybe, what you can get for a $5 over there, because I'm absolutely distraught because, it's not as much the wager. It's just more the itches. I put so much pride. I put so much emphasis into their brilliance, and they're absolutely letting me down. I do think it's possibly the tactics or something. They just don't seem to be motivated. There just doesn't seem to even be much of a team unity there. I do think they even have some of the team selection wrong, especially when it comes to the back four. David, it's very disappointing because I do absolutely rate them, and it's very disheartening to see maybe some of your favorite players and maybe even my favorite national team, just suffer like this.
Yeah, no, look, I've been very disappointed. It's sad because, look, it's the end of an era for Luka Modric. I really do think so. Look, you see what it meant to him getting out the group stage. Is it his last international competition for Croatia?
Right.
Who knows? If not, because the World Cup is next year, I'm not sure whether they're qualified or not. But if not, look, it's definitely his last Euros for sure. And look, I feel sorry for Luka Modric going out like this. I think he's actually been good today, especially on the ball. But look, they've got absolutely tanked by Spain here today. Look, Croatia, they haven't really pushed too many forward. Even when they went 2-1 down, they never really, went for the game, grabbed the game by the horns and went for it. And yeah, look, Spain have just been too good today. You have to give all credit to Spain. And anyone that's tuning in, it is 3-1 Spain now. Croatia's goal, it was an own goal, horrible pass back, and Simon miscontrolled it. With Spain, it's been Ferran Torres has scored the third. The first one was scored by Sarabia, and the second one was scored by Azpilicueta. So that's Spain 3, Croatia 1. And yeah, Croatia just whimpering out of the tournament here, really. Let's see what they got for the next 10 minutes. Let's see if they start throwing men forward, throwing the kitchen sink at. Because look, they've nothing to lose right now.
No,
I'd rather go out. I'd rather die trying. You know what I mean? Oh, that's poor again. Spain on the attack here again. I think that was Vida. He's made. Oh no, he hasn't. He's given away the free kick. He went to pass it. Kicked it off the Spanish player. Got bet to the ball by Morata, and then took Morata out. And it's a free kick to Spain. And from a crossing position. Shamu is upset. He says it's absolutely pathetic. It is Shamu. Or pathetic. It is Shamu. It is. Pathetic. It is. I agree with you.
It's pathetic. Absolutely. It's absolutely pathetic.
Damon Day says Czech Republic to win Euros. No, look.
David's dark horse. Euros,
but they were my dark horse. And, now that they've made the quarters, I'm happy with that. That's a dark horse for me. A team nobody expected to get out of the England group with Scotland, Croatia, and England. And now, to beat Holland yesterday, okay, a bit of fortune, but they're there, and they were my dark horse.
How come Morata, David, ask me this? How come Morata, go down, clutching his face, still like rubbing his eye, after that, and he hasn't even scored a goal, David. He hasn't even scored a goal. It's pathetic. He's comical. He's actually comical, David. It's like I don't even know. He might be as delusional as what we found out Graham Potter to be, David.
No, 100%. And I absolutely love this. Whoever's done this, there was one about the Irish Hotspurs hat. I'm still waiting to find out who it is. But this one is called Sub to the Irish Hotspur. Absolutely love it. There you are, everybody. Sub to the Irish Hotspur.
Big ups up to the Irish Hotspur. Big ups up to the Irish Hotspur. Big up.
Terry Wright, thoughts on Paratici going in hard after Mancini? I know he just signed a 5-year deal, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Jack, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I think that would be fantastic to bring Roberto Mancini. Look, he's been brilliant for the Italians. He also was the manager to bring in Man City's first title. He's a proven winner. I think he thinks very kind of pragmatically, but also differently about the game, where he does like to be unique. I think his Italian team is very special. What he's been able to do there, he's had success, David. I think he's a proven manager. I think he would be way better than maybe what we've been talking about recently. Absolutely take him over Nuno and others. And if that's what Paratici maybe is trying to line up, then good on him. I would love to take in Mancini.
Look, if we could get Mancini, I'd be over the moon with it, to be honest with you. I really would. I'd absolutely be delighted with it. I think he's a very good manager. You even look at the camaraderie that he has between them that Italian squad as well. If he could replicate that.
Stands right in the middle, right in the huddle in the middle as well, David, speaking to his disciples, to his fellow Italians. He's also always been very good defensively, kind of was around during Vincent Kompany's, maybe best years. David, was there during Yaya Touré's, best years as like a holding midfielder. He's just developed fantastic players over his time as well.
No, he has to be fair. I think, look, I really rate him as a manager. And look, if Spurs could attract him, that'd be unbelievable. Do I think they will? I don't think so. Look, there's a World Cup next year. You know what I mean? Next summer. I think Italy, I presume Italy are qualified. So I can't see us taking. I especially if he wins the Euros, I can't see him giving up that. I think he'll fancy a crack at the World Cup. Right. I really do, Terry. But look, if we do get him, that'd be unbelievable. ROL, boss man, I take Ousmane Dembele as replacement for Bale. He's ball-footed and is pacey. Look, with Ousmane Dembele, the reason why Barcelona get so pissed off at him, and it was a problem at Dortmund as well, is he just turns up for training when he wants. His timekeeping is horrific, and he's actually a bit of a problem player. But we already have enough of them players at Tottenham, and I don't want another character in there like that. So on that basis, boss man, I'm going to have to disagree with you.
Completely agree with you just said, David. Absolutely. People don't know that about him, but he's always been kind of a bit of a nutcase. You might even say, in the dressing room for Dortmund, he caused a huge scene, forced that move after having one good season. He's I don't know, David. He's full of himself. I think he's a bit already full of himself. He also seems to as well, like, I think he goes down way too easily for certain injuries as well, David. Like, he'll just, pull himself off for an injury when he seems to be walking and running perfectly fine. It's that kind of thing as well, David. It's that kind of thing as well. Yeah, I just don't rate him. He's a good footballer, but just don't rate him.
100%. Darren Dove says the Irish Hotspurs hat is good bands. I think he is also Will the Strongman. Witty parody. Yeah, no, it is. And some to the Irish Hotspur. It's the Yid Kid. Big up Yid Kid. Legend. England are winning it. It's coming home. No, it's not, Aaron. Trust me, man. It's not. No, there'll be a party over here when they got knocked out. Oh, how was that not gone in? How's that not gone in? Oh, has it gone in? Yes, I think he's given the goal.
Oh, yes.
I don't know what's going on. Scenes here. Yes, it's 3-2. It's 3-2 here to Spain.
Come on, Herbat.
Just nicked the goal. Oh, Luka Modric pulls it back. Lovely play. Oh, that didn't go over the line. Where did the referee see it go? Oh, yeah, that one there was over the line. Who got the final touch on it? Oh, yeah, that's over the line.
Yeah, whoever knocked that, whatever it was, went off the player's midriff, but he was well behind the line. It seemed like.
I think VAR are checking this. I think VAR is still checking this, Well, yeah, VAR are checking it. Luka Modric wants to get on with the game. There's about 5 minutes left to save this.
Oh, that crossed.
VAR is still checking.
That crossed. I think it was the keeper. He saved it with his foot to hit it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That must have crossed. But wow.
Scenes going on here. Yeah, it's been given. VAR has cleared it. And it's 3-2 Spain. Game on now for the last 5 minutes. This will make it very, very interesting. Game on.
David, this is when you want to bring on Mandzukic, I swear. If only Mandzukic, if Mandzukic was 10 years younger, wasn't coming off an injury or whatever it was, I would love to put him in this situation. But maybe, David, who you might back is maybe Orsic, the man that, he's kind of a clutch player. Orsic has a good finish on him. Maybe he might be the one to equalize if it's going to be anybody. I might say Orsic. I'll back him.
Yeah, he could be, lad. He could be. Look, get him on the ball. Let him start creating things. That's what I would do. But it's 3-2 here. Very, very scrappy goal by Croatia. Right. Jack, did you catch the guy's name who scored it? No?
I actually wasn't. No, I didn't pay attention to it, David. I was seeing if whether it went over the line. It looked like it might have been Budimir. Maybe it was Budimir or Brekalo that just came in, but I'm not sure.
Oh, it could have been Brekalo, actually. Croatia on the attack here again. They have the ball. Spain is starting to sit back. Maybe Spain is starting to feel a bit nervy, a bit scared. Let's see if they can get one more chance.
Oh, I mean, the La Roja are totally capable, I feel like, of, bottling this. I feel like they're a bit like the Dutch, David, ever since they kind of made that big historic fall from their World Cup dominance and everything and Euro dominance. I think they've, a very different team mentally.
Yeah, 100%. 100% it is. Just a look at that goal again. Yeah, it's fully over the line. Yeah, look, they've got, about 4 minutes left of normal time with probably about, I'd say, another 5 added. Been a lot of subs this half. So it'll be very interesting. Can Croatia create one more chance? They're certainly giving their all. They're certainly trying anyway. 100%.
I think that was that
Shamu says this is where you need Shamu up front.
Yeah, this is definitely when you need an itch. A classic itch up front. Classic number 9 like Shamu up there. Willing to knock the balls down for his teammates. Willing to hold up play. It'd be nice to put in Shamu. Daniel
Field is calling Bardic. Big up. you kids alerting us to go big up, you kid. Croatia back in it, says Terry Wright. Game on, says you kid.
It was Orsic. I think it was Orsic that did it, David. It might have been Orsic that scored it. So, yeah, absolutely. He is the clutch man. He is the clutch man.
Yeah, he is. He is. Damon Day says, nah, what you want about? Aaron Dove. That was as much over the line as Pedro Mendes goal versus United versus Boy Carroll. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you, man. Fully agree with you. I'll always feel robbed. That would have won us the game that night. That would have won us the game, and I'll always feel robbed about that. Look, typical United getting the rub of the green and the decisions. And we have United channel in here. He's trying to spam us. He's saying 3-3. There's been a goal scored. There hasn't. So less of that, my man. It's not cool. Should move on. Spurs. Maradona played for Spurs, so you never know. Yeah, look, he only ever played in a friendly game. It was some sort of testimonial or something like that. It was. But look, yeah, kitchen sink time, says Daniel Field. 100%, Daniel. It is kitchen sink time. What would have got Champions League that season? Yeah, that's true. The Roy Carroll goal that never was. And where have I heard that name before? Orsic, you kid, stop. Stop now. You're going to get me angry now. With that game against Dynamo.
No, the game should not be the game. It's like, it's like Baltimore, David. It's the game that should not be told. The game that should not be said out loud. Don't need to talk about it. Never happened, David. Actually, I don't think it even happened. Never happened.
No.
The Europa League was canceled. Actually, the Europa League was canceled after that game, actually, because of the corruption of the coach that we were playing against, David. I think that was why. Game didn't happen. Yeah. Game didn't happen.
Yeah, no, 100%. Look, Croatia still trying to plug away, still trying to create a chance. Spain, they are really starting to pull out every trick in the book now, slow it down. It's an offside to Spain here. Yeah, the winger, that's poor by the winger. He should have been onside there, the Croatia winger. But yeah, look, Spain just slowing it down. Jack, do you think Croatia can muster one more chance and get this to extra time?
I really hope they do, David. But to be honest, I really don't see them doing it. It's going to be really tough. I do think that Spanish backline is actually maybe quite experienced. It's maybe that midfield that maybe I wouldn't trust as much. Like Pedri earlier, Pedri, I think, has had a fantastic game. But even earlier, he had this moment where he, for no reason at all, dribbled it from his own corner flag, into the middle of his own 18, and kind of got away with, getting a foul, called and getting a free kick. But when you really think about it, it's like moments like that. It's like, what on earth are you doing? So maybe the Spanish, maybe they might bottle it, but I see it either being one of the midfielders, maybe giving it away in a bad position or something like that. But the defenders that they've put in are very experienced, like Jordi Alba, Pau Torres, Aymeric Laporte, and then I forget who they have on the right back position as well. So, but yeah, proven winners in that back.
Croatia. Why did he not take a touch? What's he scream? He's offside, but he didn't know it before that. But that's shocking from Kramaric. He went for glory, and we're already 6 minutes added on here, but he went for glory. I know he ended up being offside in the end, but what was he thinking? Why didn't you just take a touch and run on with it? Back yourself, hold off the defender. Why would you shoot from there and then not connect with it like he did?
Oh yeah, Kramaric, come on, son. That's David. That's despicable.
Honestly, I get so disheartened when I see that because these guys are paid great money to train week in, day out,
and think about football every day and what the right things to do and in certain situations.
Well, some of them do, Jack. Some of them think about Instagram giving away free watches, you know what I mean, stuff like that. Oh, it's 3-3. I don't believe this.
Get in, Croatia. Ervatska. Come on, Dave.
It's 3-3.
Come on, Dave.
What a game we have on our hands here.
Come on,
I really didn't want extra time. I really did not want extra time. Look, if this goes to extra time, I'm going to have to cancel the fan show tonight because I'm not going to have time to get it ready or nothing. Because, we'll be going more or less straight from extra time into the next watch-along.
Yeah.
Oh, this is crazy scenes here. 3-3.
Oh, Pasalic from Atalanta, David. Oh, that's
what a ball
fantastic.
In.
Yeah,
that's
what a ball
fantastic. In. I think ball in was by Gravardiol. Good ball in. He's just free. That's poor defending. Who was on him there? Pau Torres, I think.
Come on the edges. Come on the edges.
What a header. That's 3-3. What a game we have on our hands here. Croatia 3, Spain 3. Look, Croatia looked dead and buried 2-1 down, and it's now 3-3. And look, that's what happens when Croatia throw caution to the wind and go for the game. They actually can score goals. They've proven that.
Yeah,
what an insane turnaround here. What an insane game we are watching.
Orsic
It'd
with
be
the
absolutely
cross.
cruel if Spain went up and scored now.
David,
absolutely cruel.
Orsic, I think they really got to play this. I think we need to get Orsic. This man just seems to be the one that can just do everything when he comes on. Because with Orsic, right, he just came on, he scored that second goal, and then he was the one who just put in that beautiful ball for Pasalic as well. Orsic is, like when you need to call on somebody, he does seem to be the man.
Yeah, he does. He does, to be fair.
That was a perfect ball. Perfect ball. He was the only one in that, weird situation to be able to put it over the line. All the other players, it seemed to be a lot easier. He was the only one that could. And then he also seemed to put in that brilliant delivery as well. But I agree with what you just said, David. This is what I mean. I really do wish that Croatia just played a bit more open and they kind of went for this kind of play style, not obviously kitchen sink time kind of play style, but I do wish they just went for it a bit more in games. And I think they would actually find it a lot easier for themselves.
Yeah, they really would. I fully agree with you there, man. Since the managers kind of took the shackles off, they've just been brilliant, to be fair. They've got at Spain. Oh, can Spain muster one last chance here? No, well held up by Carvalho. Good defending. Shamu Van Spurs, absolutely delighted. Jack, give him his move. Absolutely delighted. He's loving life right now. I told you, Shamu, never give up hope, my man. Hot God watched this morning Talk Sports show on YouTube and didn't realise the show had finished and rolled on to Simon Jordan and Jim White. Simon and Conte. Simon said Conte was signed tomorrow morning. It was an old show. Oh, that's unlucky, Hot God. That's unlucky, man. I'd say you're raging. I can't believe what's happened in this game. The fact that Croatia have managed to pull it back. I can't believe it. It's 3-3. A bit like Spurs West Ham, earlier on in the season.
Actually, yeah, David, good call. Actually, very similar, just out of nowhere. Yeah, just a complete bottle job, you would say, by the Spanish, because it's not even like the Croatians were really knocking on the door too much either.
No, that's the thing. And look, you have to give it to them. They took the chances. Can Spain muster something up here? Is that free on the edge of the box? No, he went down too easy looking for it, and now he's crying to the referee. Now, Croatia getting stuck into them here. Jack, look, I think it is going to go into extra time. Thoughts, extra time now. Who do you think is going to nick this?
David, to be honest, I could see it going to penalties, unfortunately. I could see them just sitting back against each other, especially the Croatians. Maybe if the Croatians have maybe realized if they do go for it, they could win it. But now that they've equalized, David, I could see the coach just going back to, maybe what they were doing earlier, just see the game out, maybe to some penalties or something. But if they were, David, to
extra time now.
If they were to go for it, David, in this extra time, I think they will. I think they would win it. But if they decide to go for the same tactics that they were using earlier, I mean, definitely the same outcome that they had with Spain going ahead.
Jerry McNeil says, "Do not ask Jack any questions. He wants Croatia to win, 100%." David, you should make a merch shop, but for flat caps. Yeah, I'll get that on the way. Don't worry about that, you kid. Don't worry about that. Jack, honestly, what an amazing comeback by Croatia. Talk us through it, man.
David, I mean, you and I had been speaking about this game. We really thought this game was going to be like a horrible 1-0. Maybe even it was going to be like a 1-0 off a own goal is maybe even what I thought at first from that Simone own goal. But to be honest, David, I think the second half was absolutely insane. There was kind of maybe that first 15 minutes, I would say, was a little dull coming out of the second half. But ever since then, just absolutely took off. And, either with Spain attacks and Spain chances or with Croatia just, coming out of nowhere with this type of comeback. Unbelievable game. I will say maybe not the best game I've seen in terms of, pure excitement through the 90 minutes. But I will say this has been the best comeback of the tournament. Absolutely. Definitely the best comeback. And it looks like everybody in Zagreb, or maybe that Split or Zagreb, I'm not quite sure. It looks like that's Zagreb, and it says in the Ben Jalicic square. everyone is up for it, David. The Croatians,
So
the
there's
itches.
points and limbs going everywhere, is there?
Oh, the flares, David. The flares, the loggers, they're all flowing, David. The itches are singing from the rooftops.
What more do you want, lad? What more do you want? No, honestly, I can't believe the comeback that's just happened there. I really can't believe it. I thought they were dead and buried. Spain were looking so comfortable. And look, Luis Enrique made a lot of substitutions. Maybe he's going to regret that now. I think that had a massive part to play in it. He got too comfortable. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, with Luis Enrique, what I will say is that, to be honest, he's a bit of that Barcelona mold, David. They kind of do maybe take things a bit too lightly. I will say sometimes the Barcelona or the Catalonians, they're a bit too idealistic, a bit too ideological. They're too focused on what, the right way to win, the right way to score, when they don't really think about, in certain moments what it takes to actually win. And maybe that's what happened there, David. That's, a tinfoil hat theory about the Spanish and about Luis Enrique. But maybe that's all I'll say is just, the Spanish recently have not been, like the French, where like the French, they seem to just always pull it out. They always seem to win despite playing horrible football. They always seem to be able to win. Whereas with the Spanish, they can play beautiful, silky football, but then it's the opposite. They seem to find a way to lose.
Yeah. It is. It's
kind of like the Germans, I would say. The Germans are very similar to the Spanish in that way, where they can play beautiful football, but they just seem to find a way to shoot themselves in the foot, really.
Yeah, no, that's the truth of it. That's the truth of it. Look, we are Tottenham TV Army watching right now. Make sure get in the comment section. Let me know whether you think this game will be won in extra time and by who, or do you think this game is going to go to penalties? That's what I want to know. Jack, look, I suppose you're going to have to back Croatia now, but do you think Croatia could do it on penalties, or do you think they'll take it in extra time?
David, if I'm being honest, what I really want them to do is I really do want them to go for it in this extra time. Maybe try to just punch the Spanish in the mouth. They've already equalized with 2 goals at the end of the game. Might as well just keep going for it. Maybe scare them, David. Like maybe just take the whole the energy of the game away from them, and make them maybe hesitate, make them be scared. So that would be maybe the ideal way for them to go about it. If they don't go about it that way, if they think about it a bit more pragmatically and they go to penalties, there are a lot of good finishers on that Croatian team, I will say, compared to Spanish, David. But we did see with that Villarreal game, it seems like a lot of Spanish players do know how to put away penalties, David.
Yes.
So maybe I'll back the Spanish in penalties. So let's say, David, I do back the Croatians to win it in extra time. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, look, I do too, Jack. I do too. I think now the fact that they've rattled Spain, for me, I would like to see them get on the ball and dominate this extra time. We are about to kick off here on extra time. Jack, look, for me, I really do expect to see Croatia dominate this half. Hopefully now they push Spain back. I actually don't really like Spain, to be honest with you. I'd love to see them get knocked out.
David, but David still has a milkshake. He has a $5 on the line as well, though. So that's all that's keeping his allegiance, to La Roja, to the Spaniards. So it's a fascinating game, though, David. It is a fascinating game. I will say it's absolutely been flipped on its head. It's been flipped on its head, this game. Yeah,
I can't believe what we're watching. I cannot believe what we're watching. Well, look, Jack, do you need to go and get a drink or anything like that? We're doing triple stint today, extra time and everything, I'll
just grab another one, David. I'll be back in 10 seconds. Don't you worry.
No worries. Take your time, Jack. I'll take your time. Guys, thanks very much, everybody. We are Tottenham TV Army for tuning in here for the extra time. Guys, make sure you do smash a like on the stream. Subscribe on the channel if you're new. Feel free to throw in a super chat or two to help support the boys. Powerland Hotspur says, spin defending like they have Sanchez, Dyer, Doherty and Davies at the back 100%. Aaron Dove says Spanish goalie, if it goes to pens, will kick them in for the Croats. Look, I think if it goes to pens, I actually think Livakovic might struggle, to be honest with you. I really do. Who else have we got? We've got the Yid Kid. Where are you guys watching from? Sunny Ireland, lad. Everybody else, actually, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know where you're tuning in from. But Yid Kid, I'm tuning in from sunny Ireland, sunny County Kildare. Jack is tuning in from Brooklyn. What's the weather like over there, my man?
It's 90 degrees in Brooklyn, David. I got all the shades down. The AC is pumping hot. I could barely tell you. I got the groceries for the missus this morning because obviously, I work from home here, and she has to go into a nice air conditioned office. So Yeah, I got the groceries this morning. Whenever I speak,
I think that was Orsic on the volley from outside the box. So close.
Orsic
So
is,
close.
I'm telling you, David.
Maybe we flip this on the head for extra time. I ask you loads of questions. Croatia will get the chance. Orsic, unlucky. This guy's a baller. We need to sign him.
He is, David. Believe me, David, he is. He's kind of just been, he's almost just a bit of a mercenary, you might say, David, when it comes to finishing. He does know how to finish. He does know how to question the keeper, you might say.
Look, he's certainly changed the game since he's come on, Jack.
Yeah, especially, David, that, he's already put in a goal. He's already put in an assist. And then that was like maybe his first real, clear-cut chance, you might say, David. And gosh, he definitely made good use of it. It's more of a half chance when you really think about it as well, considering the angle. He didn't have a huge window to try to curl that, and he still did very well with it. No,
he did, to be fair. And Croatia on the attack, and Gavardi all taken out. That's surely a free kick.
But yeah, I'm watching Yidkid. I'm watching from Brooklyn, New York. It's like 90 degrees here, nice and humid and disgusting, as maybe if you're on the East Coast. But if you're on the West Coast, then it's probably beautiful weather, because I will say the West Coast of the United States in the summer is much better.
Is that where the good weather is at, is it, Jack?
Oh, yeah, David. Oh, year round, I'll say much better. But the East Coast, we get the snow, a bit more of the livelihood as well, David, a bit more of that density over here in the East Coast. We got 40,000 neighbors right next to me, within 10 feet, so it's a bit more of a lively feel. But yeah, at least weather-wise, David, I would say the West Coast is just no comparison. So much better.
Nice. That's the right job. Look, guys, I will be saying now, if this does go into penalties, I will be a few minutes delayed getting the other watch-along together, because I still have to go and get started lineups and everything else for the next game. So if this does go, are they looking for a penalty here? I think Croatia are looking for a penalty here. It'd be interesting to see if it's given for a handball. I wonder if VAR look at this.
Not a lot of handballs been given, though, David. That'll be interesting.
Look, Croatia are definitely rattled Spain. They're taking the game to them. This is some exciting stuff, Jack.
David, I don't want to put it all down to Orsic, but ever since Orsic seemed to come in, the game has absolutely flipped. This guy, it's not like he's even causing all this, but it does seem like they really have been going for it the moment that Orsic has come in.
Yeah, no, they have, to be fair. They really have.
Modric,
they look like a different team since Orsic came on the pitch, to be fair.
Yeah. No, even Modric seems to, he has a new lease of life as well. Seems like Modric's new spring of energy. This team might be taking it over. They might be starting to intimidate the Spaniards as well with that that challenge that Modric had on Pedri is brilliant. He's sitting down the Barcelona man, teaching them a bit of that Real Madrid kind of lesson. Everything's a bit harder in Madrid than Barcelona. Brilliant.
No, it is. Spain on the attack here down the right-hand side. Can they get the ball, pull it back into Livakovic? Sans Livakovic done well there. Fair play to him. Iron Life says, what game on our hands? Jerry McNeil says he's watching on the ESPN broadcast in the United States. Should move on Spurs, diving, cheating, Spanish, typical. Orsic making the me relive nightmares. Exactly, Poundland. We are reliving nightmares. But look, I think someone will have to pick this guy up. He's been very good for. Here he is again. What a ball across! Simon with a save. What a save! Orsic again down that left-hand side, creating absolute havoc. Pulls it back, and I think it was Kramaric with the shot. He probably should have buried it. Great save by Simon.
Should have buried it. Yeah, David. I think
Simon says save the ball, and that's exactly what he does.
Yeah.
It's hotting up here, Jack. It really is hotting up.
David, this Orsic guy, oh my gosh, he absolutely just turned inside out.
He roasted like a good chicken for a Sunday dinner.
Oh, David, that was Harris Laqueta there, David. No, that wasn't. That was Aspi Laqueta, because Harris Laqueta would not have let that happen to him.
I would have two-footed the fucker.
Yeah, no, would not have let that happen to him. So, that was Aspi Laqueta, not Harris Laqueta. I did misspeak there. Yeah, David, Orsic just seems to be really up for it. He turned him into a washing machine. David.
Oh, Jack, he's absolutely ripping them up. Here he is again. He's destroying them. He's brilliant to watch, this guy, Orsic. He definitely has the grit between his teeth right now. And I'm happy for Croatia. It looks like Spain are dying of debt here right now. They're looking nervous. I would be too. 3-1 up, taking it so easy. The manager made the substitutions. Their best players are no longer on the pitches anymore. Orsic, what play? Oh, that was so unlucky. Why didn't that? Who was that at the back post? He should have went for the diving header. And what a great save.
Yeah.
By Simon. Oh, off with the palm of his hand onto his leg and out. Spain with a chance here. Oh, good defending. Great block. I think that was Calter with the block. What defending. He's definitely saved Croatia there. Definitely saved Croatia there. What defending. This is starting to get end-to-end here, Jack.
Yeah, it is, David. It is getting end-to-end. It's completely different than what that first half was and that second half was.
Yeah, completely different. Oh, what defending to get that block. And it wasn't actually. Was it Car? No, it was Vida. Vida after, but he didn't even know anything about it. His back was turned. It just hit off his trailing leg. Good block there by Vida. Spain with the corner. I wonder what the delay is here. What are they looking at? Surely nothing. Yeah, no, it's Spain just trying to slow the game down, I think. Interestingly, I didn't think Spain would try and slow the game down against Croatia.
No, you wouldn't think so, David. You wouldn't think so. Maybe they're just trying to add a bit of, just trying to get everybody a bit of a breath here. The nerves are probably, I just couldn't even imagine, David. The nerves must be wild at this point. Now that when you played a game that seemed to be so slow and then it just turns into end-to-end, it must be very difficult to make that transition.
No, it is. It has to be. It has to be. Aaron Dove says this game is orgasmic. Big up, orgasmic. Shamu says, oh my God, yeah, he can't believe it. Yeah, kid, Orsic could be our replacement for Bale. Look, I like the look of him, I have to say I do. And Aaron Dove, it is some game, man. Some game. It's a brilliant game. Smithy Spurs says, opinions on Nuno. Look, I'm not a big fan of Nuno. I know, look, Jack, look.
I'll give a bit of a positive spin on Nuno. What I'll say about Nuno is, we've been rumored with Graham Potter, we've been rumored with Harry Potter, but Nuno, when you really look at him, when you really think about him, he's almost looked like a Jedi Master for the Wolves. He's had that beautiful, glorious beard. He wears the big overcoat with the big hoodie as well. He could be hiding a lightsaber under there. We wouldn't know, but he looks very stoic on the sideline. He looks very wise and very knowledgeable, much more than the likes of Harry Potter does. And then I'll just finally ask you, what would you rather have? Would you rather have a Jedi Master, or would you rather have Harry Potter? I think it's a pretty easy answer.
Yeah, look, that's true. Look, if it was between Potter and Nuno, I would take Nuno. I agree with you there. Terry Wright says, what a game. Orsic has changed the game. He's a baller completely. He's completely changed the game since it came on. But you know what it is? He's took the game to them. He's drove at them. That's the thing. He's not afraid to pick up the ball and drive at them and get balls into the box. He's took the game to them. And, that's been the difference, to be honest with you.
David, would you put it down? Would you put it down to that word bravery? Because I think sometimes we say that. A lot of players just, they don't want to be seen making the mistake. They don't want to be seen making the errant pass, or whatever it may be. But certain players, they just put that out the door.
Marat finally gets his goal.
No,
great
David.
Ball into the box. Peels off his man at the back. Takes it down. And I have to say, what a volley, Jack. What a volley. It's 4-3 Spain. Spain are going mad here. They're absolutely delighted with themselves. Absolutely delighted. Great goal. I feel sorry for Croatia. Maybe this could be the final nail in the coffin, maybe. Could be a bit much to ask them to come back here. But what an effort Croatia put in. But Morata with the goal. Let's just have another look at it.
That's a great finish.
Aspilicueta with the ball in. Yeah, it's a great finish. Takes it down lovely on his
horrible header. Horrible header.
Volleys it on his right foot.
He tried to go, whoever that was, I think at the far post might have been Vida, David. He went for the header there, completely missed it. Morata then had all the time in the world, take a touch, hit it with his opposite peg, and just absolutely roofs the finish. No,
it was a good finish. Nothing Livakovic could have done there, to be fair.
Oh, no,
good goal by Morata. And look, Morata's off the mark now for the Euros. Luis Enrique will be delighted because he has stuck with him throughout the Euros, to be fair. And you can see what it means to him. Yeah, look, fair play. He got the goal. Disappointing for Croatia, I must say, Jack. I truly am disappointed for Croatia here.
It was Brekalo there, seemingly playing a right back for them. Pretty awful defending, misses the header, and then just gives, to be honest, David, also with Brekalo, he's not a very tall player. If I were him, I would have just stuck close to Morata, maybe made Morata try to go for a header or something there instead of giving Morata. Yeah, I would have just stuck close to him, especially Brekalo, David. I'm not kidding. He's not a very tall lad. Very, very strange decision there. Very strange decision.
No,
he's not a defender though. He's not a defender. He is he's more of a winger. seemingly playing further back there. But still, if I were him, considering my height and everything, I would have just stuck close to Morata and just made it difficult for him.
Yeah, 100%. That's what you do, Jack. You're 100% correct. Get in tight to him. And last thing you want to do is be caught underneath the ball and let him take it down like that. You need to stick tight to him. And look, at least if he gets off a header, you know what I mean? It's a difficult one to get off, and at least he can put him under pressure. Poor defending there by Brekalo, to be honest with you. Very poor defending. Look, it's just truly disappointing for Croatia right now. But let's see how they respond. Let's see if they go forward. We have Orsic on the ball here again. Oh, great ball in behind. Oh, he's just backed off the run. Good ball by Orsic. He's been great today. Every pass is forward. He wins the ball back. Oh, good volley from outside the box. Orsic, he wins the ball back. The ball falls to Kramaric, and he takes on a strike. Controls it well. Hits it well, but unfortunately it's just straight down the throat of Simon and goals.
Yeah, David, I'm just seeing that Orsic opportunity now. Orsic is just seemingly just willing to create anything. Like I said, David, he's just brave. He just wants to.
Jack, it's 4-1. It's 4-2 Spain. It's over.
It's over.
Number
David.
21. Honestly, this feels like I'm watching highlights at the minute. That was too easy. That was way too easy. I need to change the banner.
What's happened to the defense? What's happened to the defense of Croatia? The attack.
5-3. What a game.
Just when the defense of Croatia was looking strong, it seemed like then that flipped and the attack started doing well for Croatia. And now the defense is just completely awry.
Why couldn't they do this in 90 minutes? We wouldn't have to stay here for extra time.
Who was that?
He's onside.
Yeah, Oyarzabal from Real Sociedad, the left footer.
Jeez, he looks about 40.
He does, David. He does. He's from the Basque region, so he has a very stoic Basque face, you could maybe say.
Yeah, he looks about 40, so he does. Looks about 40. You kid said he feels for Croatia. Yeah, I do. Look, it's a tough one. That's it. Game over. Formality says. I agree with you, man. Oh, God, yeah, the goal, man, 100%.
Credit to Danny Olmo, though, for that cross, I will say. Danny Olmo just, puts his head up immediately, doesn't waste any time. So many players, David, there, they just waste their time. They keep dribbling it down the byline until it's too late to whip it in. And Danny Olmo, the moment he saw that it was available, he just whipped it in right away. So credit to him, I will say.
Yeah, no, credit to him. Yeah, no, it was a good ball across, to be fair. A very good ball. It was a great ball across.
Just did it early. Just did it nice and early. Yeah,
he did. He did, to be fair. He gave Oyarzabal every chance there, to be fair, with the ball in. Jude says game over, 100%. Brian McGuire. Has anyone heard of a YouTuber called Spurs 95? Yeah, I have, man. I have. Yeah, look, it's been an insane game here. Mark Swift, 100 likes. Big up, Mark Swift. Let's get to 120, man. We'll put you on it, man. Let's put you on it.
Big up, Mark.
The ball behind Orsic on the ball here. Let's see what he can create. Nothing. Unlucky.
Big up, Mark, though, thanks, Mark, for all the support, though, in the streams and getting, all the likes and subscribers for WeAreTottenhamTV. They definitely thank you, and we thank you as well, Mark, though. Big yourself up. Yeah, absolute legend, 100%. And Terry Wright says here, total defensive breakdown, Croatia running out of gas, 100%. Oh, could have been 6-3. Unlucky. Morata, if he could have just held off the defender a bit longer there. Yeah, Croatia again picked apart now. Look, they do have to go balls to the wall. But, I'm gutted for them. After making such a comeback, now they find themselves in the exact same position now. And, they're probably a lot more tired than what they were in the night. Yeah, David, it's quite sad, actually. It is quite sad when you think about it as well. I don't know what it was, David. It just seemed like the defense and the attack just seemed to trade places for Croatia in terms of form, you could say. It seemed like the attack for Croatia in the first half just was pretty dismal, pretty boring, pretty asleep, you might say. And then the defense seemed to hold up, and now it's like the defense has just completely lost its marbles. Yeah, completely lost it. Yeah, look, they've been caught, exposed really twice. Shocking. It is halftime here of extra time. It is Spain 5, Croatia 3. Of course, 1 in 90 minutes we had. Spain with 3-1 up. Croatia, 5 minutes to go with 6 minutes added on. They put it back to 3-3.
They had two chances to put Spain to bed, and next thing you know, Spain go up and bang two by them. It's been an absolute cracker of a game, an absolute cracker, I have to say. A lot more goals than what we anticipated, Jack. That's for sure.
Oh no, David. Like I said, I was saying, weeks, before this, if this game were to arise, these teams are so similar. I was thinking this was going to be 1-0. 1-0 to either team, David. I really thought this was going to be one of the worst games of the round of 16. Really. Just goes to show, David, you can't write any game off.
Yeah, look, the Croatian manager, he's not even interested in any tactics, really. He's just standing there. He's kind of like, what's going on? Like, what are we supposed to do? You see the Spanish manager in there giving them tactics. Croatian manager, honestly, he's got it, you can see. Look at the Spain manager. You wouldn't think they're the team winning right now, would you?
No, David, no, not at all. Luis Enrique, he's gone full crazy Catalonian. He's doing his best Pep Guardiola imitation right now. Pep Guardiola, I feel like, does the same thing where, in these certain moments, he's just screaming and hollering at the players when you least expect him to. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something they teach over there in the coaching tactics, but I'm just absolutely, very disappointed in the Croatians. And David, I mean, have you ever been in that situation? Imagine making, you're down 2 goals, maybe what some say the most dangerous lead, but also a very hard margin to make back. And they make back that 2-goal margin, and then only to give up a 2-goal margin again, David. It's just terrible. I mean, I couldn't even imagine finding the motivation to do it all over again.
No, look, I don't think they will. I truly think they're dead and buried this time. I did say when they got the 4th, I thought it was maybe the final nail in the coffin. Yeah. And I wouldn't mind. They were in the driving seat until Spain got that 4th goal. They were in the driving seat in extra time, and just poor defending let them down. It's cost them, really. It really has cost them.
Yeah. Absolutely, David. I completely agree.
Do you think if Dejan Lovren was playing that, maybe the collapse wouldn't have happened?
I would love to. Shamu, I mean, if Shamu gives me an answer as well. Dejan Lovren, at one point, David, he rated himself the best defender in the world. If with that type of mentality, David, maybe that's what they need.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. We have I am Zim in here. He says Croatia going to win 6-5. And Andre says, where's Reguilon? Reguilon didn't get picked for the Spain squad, my man.
Yeah, they went with Jose Gaya from Valencia and Jordi Alba from Barcelona. They should have gone for probably... I haven't seen how... Valencia didn't have a great season, so it's hard to say, like with Jose Gaya. But I would have went for maybe Reguilon and Angelino, but I would have started Angelino, absolutely. Angelino is just an absolute baller and is undoubtedly the best left back for Spain.
Yeah,
but it's not even in the, he's not even in the squad himself.
Croatia on the attack here. Oh, he's put it wide. He should have buried it. He would have made it 5-4. He would have given Croatia a hope.
All the time in the world as well, David, to make the comeback. Yeah.
Oh, he should have buried it. That's poor. That's piss poor. I'd be raging. Nah, he's pulled it. He shanked it. Why didn't he go for the smart finish down the near post of the keeper? Why did he try and put it across him? That's a poor miss, I have to say. That's a very poor miss.
From Budimir. That's from Budimir, David. Yeah, he plays for Osasuna. He actually plays for a Spanish team, David. That is shocking.
He should have buried that, Jack, shouldn't he?
Especially David against, he knows a lot of these players that he's playing against, plays against them all the time as well. I mean, you would think he would be up to bang that. No, that's shocking. Especially David, for a larger number 9, you would want him to just absolutely roof it, kind of like how Morata did earlier. And yeah, shocking.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you there. 6 Yard Box says, what a game it is. Oh God, saying he was so close. Aaron Dove's still rooting for the itches. The Croatia, that is, anyone new that's tuning in. Shamu, that's why he's at Osasuna and not Real Madrid. Yeah. Big up, Shamu. And Kyle Patrick Vignard says, what a smashing goal by Alvaro Morata. It was.
I mean, I think he took it really well, David, but I will say, actually, that defending was pretty horrible. I think that defending is horrible because what I expected it to be, David, was maybe Morata, wins a header over him and knocks it far post and, gets a spectacular header. The idea that winger decided to go for the header there and then absolutely moon boots it. He moon boots that header, David. Absolutely moon boots that header and then gave Morata, to be honest, all the time in the world to do whatever he wanted with the finish. So, I'm not going to give Morata actually that much credit. I think it's more credit to the defender for making it easier for him.
Yeah, look, in fairness, the defender did kind of make it easy for him, left it on a plate. And to be honest with you, look, he should be scoring it.
Should have a hat
But
trick this game, like every game, Morata. That's the other thing as well.
that's true. That's true. You know, I would have absolutely caned him if he missed it, to be fair. I expect him to score it, but he
if he
did.
missed that one, if he missed that one, it would just be, you couldn't.
Oh, you'd be raging.
No, I'm not going to give Morata. I'm not going to give him any praise or anything because David, like you said, if he had missed that one as well as all the other ones he's already missed this tournament, it would just be it's just unexplainable that how this man gets paid to score goals.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. It wouldn't be a good look for any youngster. You know, in the trying to make a professional footballer, be looking at Alvaro Morata if they missed that. Aaron Dove says, just had the halftime chat with me dad. He's saying the same thing. And Terry Wright is saying it's being reported that Nuno has officially turned down the Spurs job, stating that the move would not be a good career move for him at this time. Does anyone want a job? Unbelievable. Yeah, no, it's not looking like that. It really isn't looking like that. It's coming beyond the joke now, man. It's coming beyond the joke. And look, I don't blame Nuno. Look, he's gone from a team at Wolves where he's been given what he wanted, you know, to coming in under Daniel Levy and maybe not getting what he wants. So it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see where we go from here now. Who the new name is, who we can actually get in. Very interesting.
Just right seems now, like at this point, David, I mean, with the amount of people that have just rejected the job, you know, saying it's not the right move for them, it's not the right career move, it seems like we might even struggle to hire someone off the street with that. You know, they might say, you know, like I got this great accounting job, you know, I'm supposed to be moving up to manager there. You know, I don't know if this managerial job is the right one for me. You know, it's gonna, you know, it's just, I'm not even kidding, David. It seems like at this point, Daniel Levy's going to struggle to convince any old bloke off the street to be able to make the career move.
100%. No, that's what it seems like, Jack. See, honestly,
I get better benefits.
What are we coming to when the likes of Potter and Nuno are turning you down? What have we become, man?
No, David. The idea that we've made, we're not going to get into it, David. I'm not going to spark it, so I'm not going to say it. But Graham Potter's comments just, it's shocking, David. And now with Nuno maybe saying it's not the right career move for him. It really is. Like, who on earth could we even sign that?
Jose Mourinho probably said that to him. You know, just don't go there because
they are good buddies. They respect each other.
He played for Jose.
Yeah, no, they're good buddies. They respect each other. They respect each other's opinion. I bet Jose probably did give him maybe that. You know, once Nuno. Maybe Jose just saw the news and it seemed like Jose was actually shocked that Nuno was considering it. And maybe Jose just gave him a bit of an emergency call, you know, send him a bit of a Portuguese port or something over there. Just said, listen, man, this is not, you know, maybe even Jose gave him, you know, half of his managerial wages and just said, you know, take the year off, Nuno. You know, you don't need this. You know, believe me, it's not worth what they're paying you. That's all I'll say is maybe Nuno or maybe Jose with the very generous soul that he is sometimes with his money to people. He probably just gave, you know, Nuno a bit of his salary and gave him a Portuguese port and just said, listen, you know, there are better jobs out there. Just wait. Yeah,
that could very well be the case, Jack. I agree with you, man. Very well agree with you. Andre Sayabalian says, I'm really wanting Graham Potter. I think he'd be great for the future. I'm disappointed in you. Andre, I'm disappointed. We're Tottenham Hotspur, and we're talking about a manager that barely bet relegation. When we got in Pochettino, he finished in the top half of the league with Southampton. You know, he took them to new heights. They were only newly promoted. Harry Potter barely bet relegation. You know, this whole Expelliarmus goals and Hogwarts Hotspur and people wanted to play Quidditch in the stand. Forget about it. The guy turned us down. He insulted us. He said, you know, let's go for a top 4. I want to go for a top 14. That's an insult. In fact, when Brighton come round next season, come round to our home turf, I want to spike them senseless, right? I want to spike them that bad that we give Graham Potter Alzheimer's that he can't remember what he said about Tottenham because he's a knob. He's a knob for what he said.
No, David, he's absolutely delusional. And Andre, I'll tell you that. He's delusional. With what he just said, he's apparently waiting for the Man City job to come in. He's apparently waiting for the Barca job to come in. I was even, Andre, I understand, I was coming a bit from that football, hipster mindset as well, where, maybe Graham Potter is maybe better than some think. maybe he is the one. But then after these recent comments, Andre, there's no defending him. He's absolutely delusional. There's something not right up there. Something that's maybe misconstrued. There's some wire that's missing. Because I have no idea, David. Even if David, you couldn't even finish. If you finished a season like that as manager and then expect to be taking over Pep Guardiola's job after him or something like that, there's got to be something wrong with you, David. Even if I had, a season like that in FIFA, David, I would still not be expecting Man City to be coming to my door. It's absurd, David. It's absurd. It's fantasy land. Honestly, maybe he would be right for Spurs because maybe he'd be an excellent attraction to Levy land. That's all I'll say, David. He's deluded.
Yeah, we can have Harry Potter World and everything else, get J.K. Rowling down to sign match day programs and shit like that, Why not? No, it's a joke, honestly. I just don't get the whole Potter leagues. I really do not get it. Even England didn't want him. They forced him over to Sweden because he couldn't get a job here. You know what I mean? Even England didn't want him, and now people are talking about him like he's the next great messiah. We need to give it a break with this guy. He barely bet relegation.
Yeah.
Hestian says the last goal was offside by UK VAR standards if they draw a line across the pitch.
UK VAR standards, so I feel like the UK. I don't know about you, David. I like the thicker line. I think the thicker line needs to be put in place, especially with that one goal that Son.
I think they are changing that in the Premier League. I think they are going with the thicker line.
Because that goal that Son was disallowed against Liverpool was just atrocious, David. I still to this day have no idea how he was offsides. Must have been like, maybe he didn't clip the nose hairs before the game or something like that, David, because to be honest, I still don't believe he was offside. So a thicker line, I think, will do us all some justice.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I do agree with you. But I know Premier League are going with it. They have changed the rule.
It's the thinnest line there is.
In this game now. So we do. A few minutes left in this game here. And then everyone, you can follow us for the watch along for the France game at 8 o'clock. We will be going live about 5 to it. Usually it's 10 to. We're going to delay it to 5 to now because of the extra time here. I need to go to the toilet. I need to get a drink into me. I need a coffee or something. I know Jack, as well. Like, he might need to go and check on the missus or put on dinner or something like that for when she comes home, and we will be joined by Kieran from Let's Talk Spurs as well. So we will be. But, yes, we will be 5 minutes late to the next watch along because I still have to go and get starting lineups and everything else. Spain here, maybe the look at Spain are in here for a sixth. Can he finish? No, he doesn't. Good save by Livakovic. Morata absolutely furious. Morata, I think, is looking for a penalty here. As the referee giving it, surely not.
Morata
he's telling Morata, stop crying like a baby, calm down.
Shouldn't be allowed to speak. Shouldn't be allowed to speak, honestly, in the game, David.
What's he crying for? Barely touched him.
David, like I said, David, like I said, he had that one moment where a player, brushed his shoulder and he was holding his face. He hadn't even scored yet before that. He
really should have buried that though, shouldn't he, Jack?
No, he's despicable, David. He's despicable. David, what is this problem? David, what is this problem? It's like, David, it's like he thinks he's holy or something. It's like people aren't allowed to touch him. People aren't allowed to, get in his business. People aren't allowed to touch him. It's like he thinks he's holy or something, David. It's like he's the next best Spaniard.
Yeah, he definitely has some sort of chip on his shoulder, Jack. David, I don't understand how he missed that. That was another big chance for him.
He thinks he's the most expensive tapas restaurant, on the Barcelona Avenue, David. He thinks he's the most expensive tapas restaurant. It's absurd. It's absurd, David. Yeah. I'm not even kidding. It's like with that thing earlier, the player brushed his shoulder, he's holding his face and making a big deal out of it, making a meal out of it. It's like he doesn't think it's like he's holy. He doesn't think he's allowed to be touched.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely ridiculous. Look, honestly, the guy could have had about 10 goals this tournament so far, and he's only got one. It's shocking.
The guy's lucky that David and I aren't playing for Croatia right now because he'd be missing 2 legs at this point. Because if he's doing that, David, David, I'd be 2-footing him. I'd be 2-footing him, David. I'd be 2-footing David, aiming for shins, David. I'd be aiming for shins.
I'd be going above the shins. They have protection on the shins, lad. You need to go kneecap, or else you need to get them from behind and get them down the back of the Achilles.
Slightly below the knee.
Right down the back of the Achilles.
Slightly below the knee. Yeah, I know what you mean, David. I know what you mean.
It's an outsoaring one, that is. Big up, Brian C. Absolute legend, my man. How are you keeping? I hope you're keeping well. Hope the rest of your holiday went well. He says Scotty Starstruck just formally announced as leaving Fulham by mutual consent.
Yeah, he did.
Bournemouth or Spurs. Apparently, Brian, he's going to Bournemouth. I hope it's Bournemouth. If he comes in at Tottenham, I will lose my shit.
Would you rather have Eddie Howe or Scotty Starstruck, David? So hard.
None.
So
we shouldn't be in this position.
We shouldn't be asking that. We shouldn't be asking that. No,
that's
not
the
a
problem. You know, we should be nowhere near that position.
It's not a question worth an answer.
I said months ago when I was trying to defend Jose, and I was saying, you know, look, with Jose Mourinho, we sack him. We're going to go into we won't be able to get another manager in. You know, what manager wanted to come when they're looking at from the outside in? They got rid of Poch and Mourinho, 2 greatest managers in the game. You know, what manager is going to want to come in? We'd probably end up with Eddie Howe. And look, my fears could end up happening. He probably rejected Celtic thinking he might get the Tottenham job.
He could be, David. He probably did.
Oh, so look, yeah, this game is kind of just dying out at death now, to be honest with you. I can't wait for it to be over.
Insane. I'm not kidding, David. It was insane. That, I mean, David, I will let you know, everybody in the chat, I'm not sure about David as much, but I was convinced this was going to be 1-0. I was convinced. I would have put a wager on it if I were a betting man. I would have put a wager on this being a 1-0.
Yeah, look, for me, I went Spain 2-0. I just think Spain maybe. I thought Croatia would come into this game tired. I didn't expect them to pull it back to 3-3 the way they did.
I think Croatia could score 3 goals. And then they just fell
apart in extra time. They had the better chances in the first half of extra time, you know, and then they just completely fell apart.
Yeah, David, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's the attack and the defense just traded places, David.
Yeah. No, the defending was poor for both goals, to be fair. Look, the second goal you can excuse because, look, they were trying to chase the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? They would never let themselves that open normally. But the first goal, you know, that was absolutely shocking, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Morata in here again? Instead of taking on the shot, he gives it to Dani Olmo off the post. Oh, Morata again. Oh, my God. Oh, blocked again. Spain nearly making a 6-3. Look, you know, it's the second half of this game. It's been absolutely brilliant from the second half onwards, I have to say.
It's almost, yeah, David, it's like a 5-a-side game, you know, where it's like they had to score a certain amount of goals to be able to leave the pitch practically, it seems like.
Yeah.
You know, like where the defending has gone completely out the door. It's brilliant.
Dani Olmo so unlucky.
Oh, David. Why did Mikel Oyarzabal, why did he pass that up? Because the goalkeeper even, David, thought, you know, like read that he was going to pass it up. He could have actually maybe even faked the pass, you know, could have just slotted it in. If you go back, I'm not even kidding, the player that laid it off to Dani Olmo, he actually could have faked it because everybody was convinced he was going to pass that. And he didn't need to. He did not need to.
No, I agree with you. He should have took on the shot himself, to be honest.
Could have been a little cheeky there. He could have been a little clever there and maybe gone for tried to get the keeper the eyes or something. Could have went for something where he gives the keeper the eyes. Personally, that's what I would have gone for, especially if you're already up 2 goals, David. I'm being selfish there.
Morata hitting the side net with another opportunity. The guy could have had a hat-trick today. Morata. Just waiting for the final whistle to be blown here. The referee just put the Croats out there.
If you got Morata on your team, I'd be selfish there. I wouldn't be passing to anybody.
Yeah, I would be. Come on, ref, just blow the whistle. Put the Croats out of their misery. Put them out of misery. It's over, guys. It is over. Look, guys, we are going to end it off straight away. We'll be back in about 20 minutes or so, 20 minutes or less with the next watch along the France game. So, guys, see you all then. Make sure you smash a like on the stream. Subscribe on the channel if you're new. Big up to WeAreTottenhamTV Army for tuning in. Absolutely brilliant to you for showing me and Jack the support you have. And I hope to see you all again at 8 o'clock for the next watch along. This game ends Spain 5, Croatia 3 after extra time. What a game we had on our hands here. And it's Spain who advanced to the quarterfinals. We are Tottenham TV Army. See you in 20. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.